morning, wherever you are joining us. Welcome to live stream at Adam Seeker's English YouTube channel, as well as DCCI YouTube channel. Also, this is being streamed on Facebook. And I am hosting a debate titled, Is Allah Satan according to Quran? Debate is going to take place between Adam Seeker and Nadir Ahmed. Let's say hi to our guest for a second. Adam Seeker, peace of Christ be with you, brother. Can you just say quick hi to us so we do sound check and then we move forward?
Peace of Christ be with you and everyone in the live chat. Welcome everyone, and thank you, Sister Hatun, for hosting the show, and appreciate your introduction.
Thank you very much, brother. Nadir Ahmed, would you be kind enough and then say hi to everyone so that we do sound check?
Yeah, hello. This is Nadir.
Thank you very much. And those of you who are joining us in the chat, kindly confirm that sound and vision is okay. So, this should be very simple debate taking place between Adam Seeker and Nadir Ahmed. Those of you who are watching on DCCI Ministries YouTube channel, please subscribe to Adam Seeker's YouTube channel. Those of you who are watching on Facebook, I don't know wherever you are subscribing, do so that we make sure people get to share all this information. And thank you very much, everyone who is confirming the sound in the chat. So the plan is, title of the debate is Allah Satan according to Quran? Adam Seeker, Christian, representing a Christian view, and hopefully he's going to make a point that according to Quran, Allah is Satan. He's got 5 minutes for his opening statement. Then Nadir Ahmed, standing for Muslim side, probably hoping that he will be defending Allah is not Satan according to Quran. He's got 5 minutes for his opening statement, and we have 2 minutes of 15 round go back and forth. After that, 3 minutes of closing statements, and after that we will be taking questions and respond to super chats. Time will be on the screen, so my plan is you will have extra 10 seconds once your time is up. After your extra 10 seconds, like you will have kind of do extra 10 seconds, I will be muting you. Nadir Ahmed, would you like me to kind of inform you 30 seconds left? Adam Seeker, would you like me to inform you for 30-second warning stuff?
Give me a 10-second warning only.
10
Yeah,
seconds?
10 seconds. 10 seconds, yeah.
Okay, good. As we discussed earlier through emails, Adam Seeker will be starting. He will go first to make his point that Allah is Satan, and then Nadir Ahmed will be defending that position. I think we can start now. So let me put the timing here. Nadir, can you also confirm you can see the timing? So it's going to appear on the left corner of live stream. Are you able to see it? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So that's kind of once it 5 minutes is up, it will change the color, and then from that I will be muting you. I'll gently ask you to mute yourself when you are not speaking, otherwise I will be muting from here. And as I said, topic is Allah Satan according to Quran? I'll encourage you both to make sure you stick with the topic. I'm not curious about other things. Today's topic for the debate is like very clear, scheduled, all should be fine. Adam Seeker?
Yes, ma'am.
You are ready to go in a second.
Yeah, whenever you can share my screen, and I'm ready.
Yeah, just give me a second. I'm finding the debate background, and then we start from there. I can't see that for now. Anyway. Okay, Adam, you are ready to go for 5 minutes of opening statement.
All right, thank you, Sister Hatun, and thank you everyone who is here with us in the live stream. Today's topic is Allah a Satan according to Quran, and this is what we are going to talk about. My whole topic is Quran and the words of the Quran, and what I'm going to prove is that Allah and the Satan are doing the same thing in the Quran, but Allah does these things better, and these things eventually lead people to hell. Then Allah is a bigger Satan and a better Satan than the Iblis itself. This is my whole purpose of this stream. I'll show you some Quranic verses, like for example, Quran chapter number 6, verse number 114. It says that we have revealed you the book, explaining in details. The book Quran in itself has details, and it is an explanation in details. So I'm going to show these detailed explanation of the Quran. Quran chapter number 12, verse number 111. It says it has detailed explanation of all things. I say whatever things are there in the Quran, at least it will have been details over there. Quran chapter number 41, verse number 3. This is an Arabic Quran, and it is giving details. And at the same time, it has the clarification of all things. And hence, I will look at the clarification of the things in the Quran. Now, let's go into our subject, which we will talk about the Arabic of the Quran. And I'm not going to worry about whatever translation my opponent will bring. First one is fitna. Fitna is temptation. This is al-ma'ani. And I'm going to show you that Allah creates fitna and Shaitan creates fitna. And this is going to get into a big trouble. I'm going to show that Shaitan reveals wahi and Allah sends wahi. And both of these entities are revealing things to Muhammad and other people. And these things are going to lead everybody into a hell. We talk about yunsi and nunsi, which means forgetting. So Allah makes people forget. Satan makes people forget. And that's a big issue. We will talk about rijz. Rijz means wrath or punishment. And you can see all of these are according to Al-Ma'ani dictionary. And that is why I have the images here. Rijz. And we are going to talk about Allah does rijz and Shaitan does rijz. We're going to talk about qaida, which is scheming with a malicious intent. And we will see Allah does rijz, Shaitan does Allah does qaida, Shaitan does qaida, and they are both doing the same thing. We will talk about makar of Allah and the makar of Shaitan, because makar, another synonym of makar is khada. You can see it over here. It's khada, and over here basically. So we will talk about all of these things in detail when we go into 2 minutes round. But here you will see that Allah is doing makar, which is deception, deceive, delude, double cross, slyness, willing. Like you will see all of these bad synonyms for makar and even the khada. We will look into zayyana. Allah make things which are the bad things done by the human beings, zayyana, glamorous to people. And Satan does the same thing. He makes the bad deeds of human beings, zayyana, glamorous to the human beings, and which will lead you to hell eventually as well. We will talk about ghawi, which means sending astray. And other synonym is zal. Dal or mudlil is also the same thing. When somebody leads you astray, Allah leads you astray, Shaitan leads you astray, and hence they both are taking people to hell. We will talk about rajas, rajamsin, and it means abomination, filth. Once again, Allah does filth for the people. Shaitan puts filth on the people. Allah puts filth on the people, and they both are doing the same thing. And at the end of the day, they are both leading people to hell. We will talk about mutakabbir, which means arrogant. Allah is mutakabbir, Shaitan is mutakabbir, and the mutakabbirs are going to burn in hell anyways. We all know that. Hence, if Iblis and his followers are going to hell because they are doing these bad deeds according to Quran, then using the same logic, if Allah is doing the same thing to his followers or to the human beings, then Allah and his followers are also going to hell, because they are doing the exact same thing which the devil is doing, which the Shaitan is doing. And I will ask my opponent to stick to the topic and stay here, because what we are going to show is we are going to show exactly what's in the Quran in the Arabic, because the Arabic Quran is perfectly detailed, explained. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Adam. I will be moving your screen and then muting you. Nadir Ahmed, you are ready to go.
Why, thank you. You know, I've waited 30 years to do this debate, this topic. That's a very long time. because, this topic is Allah really Satan? So how do we understand this? I mean, do we understand this like all the other religions? They're okay, where Jesus is God and Allah is Satan. Is that the presupposition? Or, like Hinduism, that's all those religions. Okay, it's only Muhammad, it's only Islam, which is the Satan. That is a satanic understanding, because there can only be one truth. And if there is one truth, or one or zero actually, then that means, and we ask this question, is Allah Satan? Then that means all the religions by default are from Satan. Why would you just look at only Islam as being from Satan? So it's very important to understand, and that's why I waited 30 years, because all the religions from Hinduism, Christianity, they all run away from this debate topic. Only Islam is the only religion which answers this challenge. As soon as this challenge came in, I was like, yes, I love it. I accept it. Man, I waited 30 years for this. 30 years for this debate to take place. So that's very important. So a big evidence for tonight is just being here, just answering the challenge, while all the other religions and all your other Christian apologists run away from this topic. And this is called a core topic. A core topic is one that can really do a lot of damage. It's to your belief. Core topics are like, is Allah Satan? Is your God really Satan in disguise? Or, scientific errors in your book. Go and look and see as far as your eyes can see on YouTube or wherever. Where have you seen a Christian rise up to accept this challenge? Or any other religion? They don't. Even though this topic equally applies to them. You know what? If Allah was Satan, let's just say that Jesus is God. Let's look at things from that perspective. You know what I would do? I would attack Christianity all day. All my YouTube content, 99% would just be attacking Christianity. Why? That way I could shield my false satanic religion from answering the same question. Isn't that exactly what Adam Seeker does? Yeah, about 99% of his content is all just attacking Islam. But wait a second. If your religion is a true religion, like Islam, if Islam is a true religion, then you got to answer. Your content should be at least 50-50, proving debating the evidences for your religion. But we don't see that. Only one religion does that, religion of Islam. My content is 95% debating the truth claims of Islam, from scientific miracles to whatever the topic is, even this topic right here. So the core topics like slavery, scientific errors, were the Gospels really written by who they were? The Christians run away from those debates. Go ahead and take a look. Islam is the only religion which answers this challenge which you're seeing here today. As for all the claims my opponent has raised up, these are all fake arguments. Fake, F-A-I-C. You know what fake stands for? False assumptions of the ignorant, credulous person. You're ignorant, you're credulous, meaning you're just very eager to believe in things. And I'm going to end his career today. We're going to laugh, we're going to cry. I want you to bring up things like makar means deception. Allah is khairul makirin. He's the greatest deceiver. Please do. Please bring this up as your first point. And that's my pledge today. I'm going to show you that these are all fake arguments, just false assumptions you're imposing upon the text. And it's not because I'm just this great apologist. That's not the reason why. It's because there is something great about the Quran that will end the career of Adam Seeker. It's not me. I'm just a delivery man. Picture me as the pizza boy. That's all I'm going to be doing here today. So that, and I want you to really focus on this. And this debate, really just showing up tonight, is a huge win for Islam, because I could tell you, your coward Christian apologists, from Christian Prince to Sam Shimon to David Wood, they all run away. They hide in their rat holes like Saddam Hussein, where they just attack Islam all day. But that's not what the true religion does.
1 second.
The true religion rises up to at the moment's notice to debate this stuff, if that's really the true religion. So without further ado, I'll invite Adam Seeker to come up and bring me your Allah, or this argument about Makr and he's the greatest deceiver. Please do. Let's do it, and let's see if I can.
Sir, your time is up. Thank you very much. Such a sad start of the debate. I'll just want to gently encourage you to stick with the topic of the debate instead of dealing with your personal egos or your pizza boy style. So we especially took Adam's time to make sure.
Hatun, are you
And
there?
we lost Hatun Tash, I think.
Well, she's trying to protect
Hatun.
you,
Hey,
Adam.
Nadir.
I
Yeah,
just
Stop
want
doing
to
this.
gently encourage you to stick with that topic. If you are not able
it
to do
is part of the topic.
that, I
It is
didn't cut
part.
you off. Show respect. Don't cut me off. If you are not going to stick with the topic, we can finish the debate. So we don't have time to waste. So, Adam, we've got 15 rounds of 2 minutes. Let me put the time on the screen. You are ready to go.
Thank you so very much, Nadir. And thank you to all the viewers who are here and their 5 minutes of their life has been wasted, which they will never get back. So what you have seen is Nadir has not responded to a single thing out of the 10 things that I showed. He just babbled about left, right things and have not refuted a single thing. He is only going for makar. I will go there. That is what the debate is all about. I gave 10 explicit things, 6 different verses, and I showed what my premise is. Did he actually explain the premise how he will going to explain it? No. He just babbled about left, right things, and he just showed himself to be a Hulk here. We will see who the Hulk is in a little bit. That is what the purpose of debate is. I just gave everything to him to begin with, and notice what I'm going to show. What did he tell you? Nothing. Oh, we debate. Huh, that's what I do every day in Urdu channel. And by the way, Islam always attack Christianity and Judaism. That's what Islam is. It's an attacker thing. So if attacking something says that you are wrong, then Islam is wrong to begin with. This debate ended in the first rebuttal of Nadir Ali, as we have seen. Because when he cannot provide any answer, he starts attacking the person. And that's exactly what he did. He attacked me as a person instead of what I was saying. This shows you what kind of a character, moral character this person has. And now, after my next 2 minutes, I'm going to ignore each and every personal attack that he will make. You people who are watching are very intelligent and you know what to do and what to filter. So hence, from now on, I'm going to skip all of his personal attacks. Thank you.
Okay, your 2 minutes is up. Nadir Ahmed, your time for your 2 minutes.
Topic. I don't know. The host says you unmuted my. Okay, Hatun. Now, I do believe my opening presentation was related to the topic. It's about the topic itself. Answering the challenge, is Allah Satan? I'm not sure how you're making this decision that this is unrelated to the topic. I mean, according to the Quran, answering this challenge is very important. And I showed the importance of doing these things. And so I was a little bit confused on there. Now, I was waiting for Adam to come forward and tell us how, bring his forces arguments like Mucker. You didn't stop him, but that's okay. I think that's when you come on to other people's platforms and debate, you're going to have to deal with their rules. I'm okay with that. But it's all part of accepting that challenge. And it's not really about, again, it's about me being a great person. And that's not it. As I repeat, it's something great about the religion of Islam and how they can answer these challenges. And so, yeah, definitely, please, again, Adam, I want you to come forward and I want you to argue Allah is Makr. The Makr means deception. And so God is the greatest of the deceivers. I want you to come forward to bring forth this argument. And like I said, my pledge is I'm not attacking you personally. I hope you understand it. I'm just saying that your argument is fake. FAIC. It is a false assumption of the ignorant, credulous person. And yeah, I guess you could kind of say that's kind of an attack, but it's really, I think what I want to rephrase it, it's Christianity, which is fake. Islam is a fact-based religion. So I will be, for every false assumption you make on the Quran, I will be presenting facts to refute it. And that's the great miracle of the Quran. So please come forward, bring your argument about the mucker stuff, and I will present facts to refute you. Go ahead, please, and I'll end your career. Remember what my promise is.
Your time is up. Thank you very much, sir. Ahmed, Adam, your second round for 2 minutes rebuttal, please.
Yes, ma'am. All right. So as we have seen, Nadir again answered nothing, and he agreed that he did a personal attack on me and the Christianity. But like I said, I'm going to ignore all of these stupidities now. Let's go to our first one: temptation, fitna. Allah creates fitna. Quran chapter number 25, verse number 20. It says, "And we did not send any messenger before you, O Prophet, but all of them used to eat food and walk in the market, and we have made some of you fitna for some others." Allah is creating fitna between some people, some prophets, however you may like to use this verse. And then we go to the next verse, Quran chapter number 22, verse number 53. So that he make what? Satan cast a fitna for those in whose hearts there is a disease. Now, my so-called opponent here is going to say, oh, Allah creates fitna between prophets and all. Satan creates fitna with the bad people. Let me give him that as well. 727. Oh, children of Adam, do not let Satan put fitna on your heart like he deceived your parents and removed them from paradise. Imagine the first prophet and his wife. Satan put fitna in him as well. So what I'm saying is, I do not care. The fact is the fact. And I am showing you from the Quranic Arabic. I don't care how you translate it. And I'm using the word fitna. And then I'm showing you what the ma'ani is. Brother, you are losing. Today you'll be crying like a baby. Your career has ended by so many people in the past. And now I'm going to finish it. You will not be able to show your face if you have a single bit of honor in you. You will never show your face again. That's the reality. And this is Quran. Allah is a creator of fitna and Shaitan is a creator of fitna. Hence both are Shaitan. Thank you.
Your time is up. Thank you very much. Nadir Ahmed, your first round, please.
Sure. So God does fitna. Satan does fitna. Therefore, God and Satan are the same people is a false assumption of the ignorant, credulous person. But let's not go with, as I said, I'm not going to come here bringing my interpretation. Islam is a fact-based religion. So that wacky, quacky interpretation, what fact can I bring to refute that? Oh, I know. Here's one: two opposing powers. There are two opposing powers that are, engaging in fitna. There's one. So it's like a boxing match. If your opponent punches you and you punch him back, does it mean they're both the same people? No. That's a fact-based explanation. And I also want to point out, I'm not really here to present the most convincing argument, but what is the most factual argument? Because Islam is a fact-based religion. Christianity is a fake religion, like what you just saw right here. But a lot of my work is already done in the sense, like now, you've heard in the news, artificial intelligence has taken over people's jobs and stuff like that. Well, yeah, it's also pretty much taken over my job. Let's ask the same question to AI. In the Quran, both Satan and Allah sends fitna, but what is the difference? Listen to what AI says. In the Quran, both Allah and Satan are described as sending fitna. But the key difference lies in the purpose and intent. See that? Very good point. And it goes through the Quran. It shows that Satan's fitna is for deception and leading to misguidance. Very good point. I love it. However, and then, I'm sorry, what's that? I can't hear you. Okay.
10 seconds.
I'm sorry. And so it gives a big laundry list of the differences between Allah's fitna and Satan's fitna. So what Adam is doing is... Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Thank you very much. Your time is up. Adam Sika. Your 2 minutes. Adam Sika, you are muted. I'll unmute you and then I will start. Can you unmute yourself, please?
Sorry, I thought you can unmute me. All right, can you please
Yeah,
start a timer and let me know when?
your
All
2
right.
minutes started.
As we have seen that Nadir agreed that Allah creates fitna and Satan creates fitna. And you have seen that Nadir, the only refutation of Nadir is that Allah creates fitna for some betterment and Satan creates fitna for leading astray. And I'm going to talk about that later. Remember that leading astray. And I'm going to go through my presentation. Wahi. Allah sends wahi. Shaitan sends wahi. Nobody should have a doubt. And both of the wahis actually goes into a tangent. And we will see. Quran chapter 21 verse number 7. And we did not send before you a messenger except men who inspired with wahi. So ask the people. Okay, perfect. No problem. I think Nadir will not have any problem. But once again, do not eat over which the name of Allah has not been pronounced. This is surely a sin. The Satan wahi, their friends, to dispute with you. Man, Satan's wahi, Allah's wahi, and they're disputing. Once again, Allah's wahi is doing this disputation. And the temptation or the fitna that Allah is creating is also going the same direction. And I'm currently just showing you what both are doing. And then we will go forward because here you will see the bad people, the mushrikeen. But there you go. Quran chapter number 22 verse number 52, it says, we did not send any messenger before you, nor a prophet, but when he recited, Satan al-Kaha sends in words about when you recite. So Muhammad recited something, and that was the satanic verses. We all know about that. Because Satan put in his mouth. So Satan sends wahi even to the prophets and changes the wahi of Allah. So basically what is happening is they both are competing with each other doing the same thing. And when they are doing the same thing, we will see later on, man is going to go in a very bad direction.
Your
Thank
time
you.
is up. Thank you very much, Adam. Nadir Ahmed, your 2 minutes. Please start.
Yeah, I would love to talk about the alleged satanic verses, but Hatun, I thought you said this was just restricted to the Quran. And I thought you would have stopped him and say, no, sorry, that's not part of this topic. Now, if you want to go there, you could take me there, and don't worry, you will also be embarrassed in that debate. But I really didn't see Adam deal with a Chat GPT response. Look, Chat GPT, and we could use DeepSeek, we could use whatever AI tool you want. I don't care. We could do that, but none of them agree with you. All of them saw differences in the fitna of Satan and the fitna of God. Because, like I said, Allah's fitna, according to ChatGPT, to test the faith and purification. Satan's fitna, it's just for deception and leading to misguidance. That's not Nadir's response. Again, like I said, my job is being taken over from AI. A lot of people are going to lose our jobs, actually, because of that. It's kind of scary. I also said that all you're doing is just making false assumptions because you're ignorant and you're a credulous person. That's and yeah, in a way, it could be a personal attack, but I'm saying this is the characteristic of the Christian. This is what Christianity is. Islam is a fact-based religion, so I'm being very careful tonight to make sure only present facts to people. Now, you should have told me why DeepSeek, AI, all the the artificial intelligence is not agreeing with you. You should have came back and told us why your argument is a right one. You see, what you're doing, you're putting on an act. You're pretending to people that, I don't see the difference between Allah and Satan in the Quran. But there's many differences. And I did ask, ChatGPT, again, going back to AI, what's the difference? Because you could see that they're two opposing powers. You should have refuted that. You didn't refute that. Please respond.
Thank you very much. Your time is up. Adam?
Please show my screen before you start the timer, sister.
Okay, sorry. Your 2 minutes started.
All right. As we all saw, Nadir once again went back to AI. And I was like, dude, remember that. And then he did personal attack. That's exactly what he did always. But anyhow, his career is ending, as we all see. Nunsi, Nasai, forgetting. Allah makes people forget the verses of the Quran. Satan makes people forget the verses of the Quran. Imagine verses of the Quran. We are talking about the revelation which Allah and Satan both gives, by the way. We are talking about that. Allah and Satan both is doing the same thing. How would Allah make people forget the verses? Check this out. It says, whenever we abrogated a verse or cause it to be forgotten, nunsiha, as you can see here, nunsiha, we bring something better or similar. Wow, similar? Allah, really? Similar? Come on. Your prophet forgot. You made him forget, and somebody reminded him probably. We go to next one, chapter number 6, verse number 68. When you see those who indulge in something, our verses turn away from them until they become occupied with some other discourse. If Satan could cause you to forget, yunsiyannaka. So Satan does the same thing. Forget what? Instructions in what? Obviously wahi. But no, it's not clear. Let's go to the next one. Quran chapter 58 verse number 19. Satan has overcome them and made them forget the remembrance of Allah, dhikr of Allah. Satan makes them forget, make them to forget the dhikr of Allah. This is the dhikr of Allah. Quran is the dhikr of Allah. Torah is the dhikr of Allah, and everything else is dhikr of Allah. And Quran, it says that inna nahnu nazzalna dhikra wa inna lahu lahafizun, and all of these scholars says, oh, this dhikr is the Quran. Satan makes it forget the dhikr, and Allah makes them forget the dhikr.
Your time is up. Thank you very much, Adam. Nadir Ahmed, your 2 minutes. Let me just unmute you, sir. Sorry.
So if you noticed, he's still running away from the AI generated response. They gave a very good answer in terms of what was the difference between the fitna. All right. Now, okay, let's say Satan and God can cause you to forget. Okay, but the false assumption of that credulous, ignorant person is to assume that they're both the same people just because they're doing the same verbs. Are we really having this type of discussion? Is that ridiculous? You see, the problem here is that you are really not presenting facts. You are just making false assumptions. There's many things that can cause me to forget. Sometimes I get distracted. Sometimes you could take medication that can cause you to forget. Does that mean that the distraction and the medication are the same thing? Is this all Christianity can offer? That only making false assumptions on somebody's book? You need better evidence than this, Adam. Come on now. I have still put out the challenge of the mucker. I said I was going to end your career on that. That's not a threat. I mean, there's something great about the religion of Islam, that if this pathetic type of evidence you are presenting to people is your best shot, then I think the debate's over. I don't need to go any further than this. So let's talk about this mucker thing. And I really would urge you to produce better evidence than just making, phony, false assumptions here. Again, like I said, the argument which is destroying you here today, Adam, is that Satan and God, these are two opposing powers. So the verbs you will find to be the same. Go ahead.
Your time is up, sir. Adam Seeker.
Yes, please share my screen and start the timer, sister.
Just a second. Ready to go.
All right. As everyone saw, again, personal attacks after personal attacks. Seriously, a mature audience will know that personal attacks means nothing. And he's so keen to talk about Makkah. That's the 7th point. I'll bring it. We have all the points slowly and gradually coming. But he never answered what I showed. Opposing power can do the same thing, which is beyond human, which is just for Allah, basically, you silly. But anyhow, let's go forward. Rages, punishment, wrath. Okay, Allah sends punishment, wrath, rages. Shaitan does the same thing. Let's look into it. Quran chapter number 2, verse number 59. But those who were unjust substituted another word for the one that was prescribed for them. So we sent down scourge. They translated it as scourge. But once again, what is it? It's a rajaza. Same thing. We are talking about the Arabic of the Quran. I am presenting facts. I am presenting facts. This is a fact. But once again, chapter number 7, verse number 162. But those of them who were unjustly substituted another word for the one that he said, we sent down scourge, rajaza. But now here is transgressing. They are the same thing. So once again, same thing. Allah is doing that. Chapter number 8, verse number 11. Wow! When he covered you with the drowniness as tranquility from him and sent down upon you water from the heavens so that he might purify you with it, and he removes you from the rages of Shaitan, and so that he may strengthen your heart and make you feel firm. Imagine Allah, poor Allah, doing the same thing again and again and again and again. And like, how will you know what is from the Shaitan and what is from Allah? You don't. You can't. Because all of these things are the same. They are both doing the same thing and they are leading people astray, as we see. And we are going to talk about that. And he has not answered any of it except from Chat
Your time is up,
GPT.
sir. Your time is up. Thank you very much.
Okay, yeah, we could talk about ridges.
Nadir,
Which yeah,
Nadir,
thank you.
Ahmed,
Yeah.
just a second, sir.
Okay, I'm sorry, what's that?
Just a second. You are ready to go.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah, we could talk about ridges. But also one thing I want to point out here today, that really I see myself not only as defending the Quran, but I'm also defending Judeo-Christianity, because these points which you're raising is also inside the Bible. But we won't go there, because if you notice, the topic of the debate was very tightly restricted to so that nothing of the Bible could be mentioned. But yeah, all this is very important. The verbs that you see, that you're bringing up, is also inside your book. But I can't bring that up in this debate, and that's part of this great fraud of Judeo-Christianity. But that's okay. Like I said, to be that, if Islam is a true religion, you gotta, coming up on these platforms for these different places, you gotta meet that challenge. They're gonna put a lot of restrictions on you, and that's perfectly fine. And we will win by presenting the facts. Now, you brought up ridges. Once again, this is a false assumption of the ignorant person. What is he ignorant of? What is the ridges of Shaitan? You see, there's lots of different types of ridges. Go to chapter 5, verse 90 of the Quran. All right, chapter 5, verse 90 of the Quran. I'm going to share my screen, and we'll look at this together. Adam, did you not know that the ridges of Shaitan, of the devil, are intoxicants, gambling, and idols? So there's different types of ridges here. So that's perfectly fine here. But even given the point here that just because you see them doing the same type of verbs, I've already explained to you, they're two opposing powers. You could hypothetically swap out God and put the devil in there and worship him. That doesn't prove that they're the same people here. So this should refute your argument. And this really shows you your lack of understanding of the Quran, that the ridges of the devil is very different from the ridges of God. Go ahead, please.
Your time is up, sir. Just before I pass it to Adam, I just wanted to, for the sake of the audience, there was a live stream which Nadir Ahmed joined in the chat. In that live stream, this topic was brought up, and he expressed that he's happy to have the debate on the topic. And when the email communications took place, there was nothing is being expressed that they wanted to look at in the scripture or anything. Is Allah Satan according to the Quran? And everyone was quite okay with that. That information just for the sake of the audience. So there is no point for people to do personal attack at this stage or just hide behind the bushes. Adam Sika, your
Just
2
to show my
minutes.
screen and let me know when you show my screen.
Your 2 minutes is starts.
Thank you so very much. So once again, like I said before, Nadir Ali is going to start crying. And this is a cry of Nadir Ali. This is a cry. When he went into for debate, he never brought anything else. He never said this or that. He wanted to do this debate because he was waiting for 30 years. Remember in the beginning, he said he was waiting for 30 years. imagine that after 30 years of waiting, now he's accusing the people, and he was waiting for 30 years, and now he started crying. Imagine, this is, I fulfilled my promise. I made Nadir crying. Let's go forward. We will look at the scheming, malicious intent. That is qaida. Qaida. Scheming with the malicious intent. That is what Allah does as well. You know, qaida. Quran chapter number 86, verse number 15, 16. Indeed, they are planning a qaida, but I am planning a qaida. So, whatever the kuffar is doing, Allah is doing, and they are doing qaida. That's what they are. Quran chapter number 68, verse number 45. And I will give them time. Indeed, my qaida is firm. Allah's qaida is firm. Then Quran chapter number 4, verse number 76. You see, those who believe fight in the cause of Allah, and those who disbelieve fight in the cause of Taghut. So fight against the allies of Satan. Indeed, the qaida of Shaitan has been weak. Imagine that. Allah is a maliciously intended doing qaida. He's a plotter, schemer, maliciously plotter person. Imagine that if a God has to do such a plotting, scheming. And you will see in most of the translation of in English, they will put qaida as a plan for Allah, but when it is for the Shaitan, they will come for plot, and they do deception. So the English speakers will not even know what is in the Quran written. And that is why I talk about what is in the Arabic, and I put the Arabic, and that is why I showed the ma'ani, so that you would know what the meaning of qaida is. It's conspiring, scheming. Thank you.
Your time is up. Thank you. Nadir Ahmed, your 2 minutes.
Sure. Okay. But I want to, he did bring up the point which I made in my initial opening about I was waiting 30 years for this debate. So I just want to answer him on that. Yeah. So that was going back to when I was a religious studies student in college. And we would have, this was considered to be one of the core topics. And I would challenge the Christians to come up and debate this. You probably know some of them, like Sam Shimon, others than them. But they would all run away. Only Islam would answer this challenge. So me being here is a big evidence that Islam is true, because no other religion can answer these type of questions about their faith. And so the reason why people would run away is because it creates a domino effect. If you look at Islam from that perspective, then you should look at all the other religions from that perspective. And they knew that they didn't have good answers to answer the challenges which the other people were presenting against their religion. So yeah, I would definitely extend the invitation to you. You should debate, is Christianity from Satan? I'd love to hear that answer. Okay, but we'll talk about qaida, definitely, but you see, you kind of ran away from my point. You should have admitted, Adam, that, going back to the thing about rijis, there's different types of rijis. The rijis of Satan is drinking, gambling, and what was the other one? I forgot. So there's a difference there. You should have answered that. Now, if you said, okay, I'm sorry, I didn't know that, you should come up and say, okay, I didn't know that. See, your argument is that they're doing the same thing, therefore they're the same person, which has already been refuted by showing that they're two opposing powers. But now you have an additional problem that there's differences in what they're doing. The rijis is different from the rijis of Allah. Please just come back to this point, answer me on this, and then we can move on to qaida, and I promise I'll deal with you on that.
Your time is up. Thank you very much, sir. Adam, your 2 minutes.
Thank you so very much. All right, so we talk about the qaida, yes, and then you see that he now is crying again and again. Now he's talking about what 30 years means. You see, I told you, I'll make him cry. That's what I did. And by the way, qaida is only these three things. Then Allah's miracle is the wine as well. Oh my goodness. Don't you know that? In the beginning in chapter 2, do you want me to show it? But anyhow, we will talk that later. But that's not the point. The rijis does not end there. And the verses that I've shown you over here, what does this talks about? The plotting of Satan, qaida of Satan. Which one? It's a plotting of Satan, qaida of Shaitan. And then rijis of what? You want to see rijis? Rijis Satan. Like what was he doing? Remove from the rijis of Shaitan what? They were drinking alcohol. Does he not know? Where is the fact? He's talking about fact. He doesn't know jack. So let's go there, because I know he ignored. He wanted to talk about Makkah. Let me talk about makar. Like I brought his favorite topic. Makar and khada, two synonym words. He can go to chat GPT and show me whatever he wants to show you, but let me show you. This is Quran chapter number 13, verse number 42. And those before them has plotted. Look what I've shown. Makar. Wakad makara. So they plotted. But when it's talking about Allah, it's suddenly planned. Do you see the problem here? Yes, I think you see the problem. This is from the Al-Ma'ani here. And you see, even these scholars of Islam who are doing translation, they are flipping the same Arabic word into two different things. Makar, Allah is Makar, Khairul Makirin. Wa Makar Allahu wa Makar wa Makaru wa Makar Allahu Wallahu Khairul Makirin. Once again, you will see, because it's Allah, they plan. So imagine they actually can't even translate the things properly. And then here, Quran 799 actually explains it and finishes. Do they feel secure from the plan? How can you feel secure from the plan? Plan is a good thing. Deceptive plotting, scheming is not a good thing. That is why feeling secure of plan is not possible. It is feeling secure.
Your time is up. Thank you.
Okay, well, Adam, this is going to be my last.
Just a second,
Okay.
sir. Just a second.
I'm sorry.
Go.
Well, this is going to be my last challenge. And let us show for the record, Adam is running away from ridges. I showed you in the Quran. There's different types of ridges. Satan has his ridges, which is drinking, gambling. Drinking and gambling, there's one more, I think. I forgot. I don't know the list there. That's very different from what God does. God doesn't send those ridges to people. You should have just said, you should have just come forward and admit that you were wrong. But you went on to Qaeda, and now you went on to Makar, as if somehow I'm going to forget about all this. And then you're saying I'm crying. I think you're crying inside. I think you realize that you're just making false assumptions on the text. You're misinterpreting, reinterpreting it in a way that you want, and I'm showing you what you're ignorant of. I don't think you're going to, I think, everybody who's watching this debate, he's not going to answer ridges. I'll move on to Qaeda. Qaeda was very clearly defined in the Quran of what Allah's Qaeda is. Let's go. I'm going to share my screen here real quick. And again, I will ask for you to please admit that you are wrong. Okay, let's go to chapter 4, verse 151. I'm sorry, 141. Chapter 4. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What is a qaida of Allah? And Allah will never grant the disbelievers a way over the believers. And then the Quran continues that this is what? The qaida of Allah. Now,
10 seconds.
What is so deceptive about this? Obviously, we can see from the definition, it's not deceptive. It's just about a specific type of plan. So once again, the qaida of Allah is defined in 141. Please admit you're wrong.
Your time is up. Thank you.
My time starts.
Adam, yeah.
Okay, thank you so very much. Two verses that he's shown how ignorant he thinks about his audience. Where is qaida in it? Where is qaida in it? It is laughable how he mocks with a cunning kind of a voice, but yet he's crying. He knows. And I answered about qaida. I answered about khada. I answered about ridges. And he's like, and every time, this is so common with Nadir. You must have seen his old debates. Every time he says the same thing, trying to think that the people forget. People don't forget. They know I answered you. They have seen I answered you. And now we are about Makar. And you just ran away from it. How can you run away from it? Let me go back. 799. Do they feel secure from the plan of Allah? No, Makar of Allah. Because feeling secure from the Makar is required. None can feel secure from the Makar of Allah. This is what I'm showing. And qaida is a synonym. As you can see here, if we go back, you can see this is Makar, khada, and over here you will see qaida. They are all synonyms. They are synonyms. They are in negative. They are negative terminologies. They are the terminologies of deception, delusion, double dealing, plotting, badness, craftiness. Allah is crafty. Allah is badass. Allah is deluded. Allah deludes, deceives, double crosses, dupe. Imagine that. And he's running away from it. This is Qaida of Allah. This is Qaida of Allah. By the way, second verse that he's shown, it is in my presentation as well. Because it is talking about khadiyuhum. Allah did khadi. And what is khada? You can see over here. I actually highlighted it. It's in my presentation. I'm coming down to it. This guy thinks that he can say something with a cunning voice and everybody will think that he's right. Nah.
Okay, your time is up. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Hatun, how much more time do we have in this debate?
Sir, just a second.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'll give you time to speak. You've got your 2 minutes to speak. Your time starts, sir.
Yeah, I just had a quick question. How much more time do we have?
Sir, you've got your 2 minutes right now.
Yeah, I was just wondering, how much more time do we have in the debate? Just wondering.
Yeah, we are in the round 8.
Like 20 more minutes?
Round 8.
Okay, okay. Well, because I want to make sure I deal with Makar. I'm sorry, that's the reason why I was asking.
There are 15 rounds and we are on round 8.
Oh,
Nadir, that was told.
Thank you so much, you guys. But, I'm going to bring you back to Qaeda. Now, I'm sorry I'm going slow, but you should just admit you're wrong. The Quran very clearly defined Qaeda as a plan. Let's go to the verse again. Now, you speak Arabic, right? So let's go through this again. And Allah will never grant the disbelievers a way over the believers. As you can see, it says over here, Munafiqina yukhadi'un Allah. They're trying to yukhada. They're doing khada. What is a khada here? It's they're making this thing about the hypocrites. They're just waiting to see what happens to you. If God grants you a victory, they'll say, hey, weren't we on your side? That's what khida is. Look how the Quran is defining what the khida of Allah is. The definitions are all in the Quran. It says, وَهُوَ خَادِعُهُمْ. But Allah is the one who does khida. And what is a khida here? That Allah will never grant the disbelievers a way over the believers. So this is how I'm going to end your career here today. These definitions are all found in the Quran. The Quran is defining makr, and the Quran is defining khida. Now, you did pull up the dictionary, but that is irrelevant because the Quran has already defined makr. But to your ignorance, you have come up with your own understanding of the Quran. So this is your career-ending move here.
Time is up. Thank you. So this is round 9 is about to start. So those of you who are joining us on Facebook as well as on YouTube channel of DCCI Ministries as well as Adam Seeker's English channel, please start putting your questions in the chat. It is very important that you put @ sign in front of DCCI Ministries or Adam Seekers so that I can bring up your questions, and make sure you put the name of the person that you want your questions to be answered. That's very important. Adam Seeker, I'll put your screen, and then you've got your 2 minutes for round 9. I am pausing. Adam Seeker, can you unmute yourself, please? Thank you.
Oh, you can just simply unmute. I was speaking. Come on, sorry, my bad. All right, yes, please bring my screen. All right, thank you guys. So imagine what he did. He can't even read Arabic. Did you see that? He can't even read Arabic. This is khada. Khada, he is reading chapter number 4, verse number 142, sorry. Let me read it. Indeed, the hypocrites deceived Allah. Indeed, the hypocrites deceived Allah, but he is deceiving them. Innal munafiqina yukhadi'un Allah wa huwa khadi'uhum. Man, this is crazy. This guy is showing something so stupid, it goes against him. It goes against him. By the way, chapter number 4, verse number 141 does not have the word qaida in it, and I explained that previously as well. Man, this deceptive, like, in the Quran, in the Hadith, everywhere, Muslims has to lie. in the Quran even as well, you know. So the problem is he's lying from his teeth. He wanted to so talk about makar, makar, makar. When I brought in makar, he started crying. Have you seen that? You saw that. I have shown all the synonyms from the Al-Ma'ani about makar. It's makar, khada, qaida. Same three things. And does he think that I don't have the verses? It already here. You know, you can see the pain in his voice right now. You can see it. Can you not feel it? This is the feeling of the pain of crying. I told you guys in the very beginning, I'll make him cry. There you go. You have seen him. The makar that he was crying for so long, he forget it. Anyhow, so what we have seen is Allah, nobody can feel secure from the makar of Allah, because makar, it is a negative. And then Allah is saying, hypocrites are deceiving Allah, but He is deceiving them. Imagine that. Just like munafiqeen, just like the hypocrites, Allah is a deceiver. Just like a hypocrite, Allah is a deceiver.
Your time
Thank
is
you.
up. Thank you very much, Adam. Nadir, your 2 minutes.
Yeah, thank you for bringing this up. But like as I promised in my opening presentation, I will finish the career of Adam Seeker. So I'm going to move in for the kill. To your point, you can bring up the dictionary. Yes, you could see a negative connotation for the word mucker in the dictionary. But Adam, how I will end your career tonight is by pointing out that the word mucker was not used that way in the Quran. Khida, that word, the khadiyuna, that word is not used that way in the Quran. The definition is given there. The definition for mucker is there. I haven't given you the definition for mucker because that will be the icing on the cake, but I'm just finishing you off with the word khida. Let's read it one more time. This is my third time I'm reading this to you. You quoted verse 142. Wonderful. Now let's read the verse right before it. Just 141, or is it? Let's see. Let me share my screen here. Here we go. And then I promise I'll move over to mucker. Okay. Now the English translation says deceiving, but you are cherry picking. All the translation, I'll bring you 50 translation. They all say planning. I'll get that for you, but I don't need to because verse 141. You quoted 142. I'll quote for you 141. The hypocrites are those who wait to see what happens to you. So if Allah grants you victory, they say to you, were we not on your side? But the disbelievers have a share of victory. To say to them, did we not? And then they'll go on trying to make these excuses. But look what it said. But Allah will never grant the disbelievers away over the believers. Then the verse which you quoted saying, this is the khida of Allah. This is the khida right here. This is defining for you what khida is. Please admit you are wrong here.
Thank you.
Please bring my screen and start my timer system.
Just a second, sir. Round 10th of 15, Adam Seeker, go.
Thank you so very much. And now again, this is the, where is this is the, okay, now this is not here. He's gonna end my career. Man, with any person with 2 cents of a brain knows that he is trying to make a pretzel show out of it. And the pretzel show is there. But let me break this pretzel show as well. Like imagine this. He first said he's going to redefine dictionaries. He said, I have shown the dictionaries, but it doesn't mean that. So he's going to redefine the dictionaries. A person who can't even read Arabic. A person who can't even read Arabic. You guys saw that he can't even read a simple verse. Innal munafiqina yukhadi'una Allah wa huwa khadi'uhum. He can't even read it. And this is the kind of a person who's going to redefine the dictionary in Arabic. Man, that's crazy. This is beyond crazy. This is a career-ending debate for Nadir Ali. That's the whole thing. But anyhow, let's move forward because obviously there's no point staying here forever and ever. This is the deception of the Shaitan. That there is not a single verse in the Quran which says Shaitan is deceiving. There are 23 verses in the Quran where Allah is doing makar or khada or qaida. I cannot find the makar or khada of Shaitan. I can find the qaida of Shaitan, but not makar of Khida of Shaitan. Imagine that. But once again, let me show him. He said the disbeliever are fighting, and that's what the makar is. Imagine Allah's makar. This is Quran chapter number 4, verse number 43. Recall when in your dreams Allah showed them to you a few in number. And if Allah had shown them to you many in numbers, you would have been demoralized. So imagine at the time of Badr, this is the verse for that, but I don't care whatever this verse is for. Allah showed Muhammad great numbers, but they were smaller numbers, but they were great in numbers when they came for attack. This shows Allah even deceived his own prophet.
Your time is up. Thank you. Nadir Ahmed.
Okay. So let us show for the record, for who's watching tonight's debate, he's not able to answer the refutation. I said the word khida, which was used in the Quran, is already defined by the Quran. And to your point, the translation said, it says that the English translation says deceived. Fair enough, but you speak Arabic, right? You can read the context. Meaning just look at, see what is being quoted here as deception. Let's go back to the verse. Okay, now this is the last time I will finish you off on khida, because this is just like rijis. I guess you are ignorant that rijis of Satan is alcohol and gambling. That's not what God does. And so you said, oh, look, they're the same type of people. So now we're having another type of situation with you, Adam, where you just can't admit you're wrong. So what is this quote deception? The deception is an Allah will never grant the disbelievers a way over the believers. Now, how is that satanic? Of course not. It's not. So the great fall of Adam Seeker here is that the definition for makar, I haven't given it to you yet. I'll give it to you in just a second here. Khida, they're already found in the Quran. The Quran defines these words. By just looking at the context, all the problems go away. So he lost on rijis, he lost on khida, and you can see he's just making false assumptions on the Quran because he's credulous, he's ignorant, he's fake. F-A-I-C. Now, let me go to the definition of makar in the Quran. Makar is the definition for makar is found in chapter 8, verse 30 of the Quran, where they were planning, hey, what should we do with Prophet Muhammad? Should we kill him? Should we banish him? What should we do? Jail him? And the Quran says, and they makared. Right here, you can speak Arabic, right? You speak Arabic better than me. Wa yumakkiruna. So how is makar being defined?
Your time is up. Thank you very much, sir. Adam Seeker, 11th round of 15th. Please start.
Thank you so very much. Okay, so once again, Quran chapter 3, verse number 55 that I shown already, what it is for. That the disbeliever tried to deceive and Allah tried to deceive, and Allah is the best of deceiver. What is this verse for? It's for Jesus, remember? So Allah did a makar. What kind of a makar? That somebody else was made like Jesus or something like that. I don't know which interpretation he believes, but this is what it is. So Allah deceived every single human being for 600 years. That's deception. That's deception. No matter whether you say plan or not. Anyhow, I left it here. I showed it to everyone, and no matter how many times he will say, "Oh, I lost," people will know what has been done to him. Anyhow, let me go next. Zayyana, glamorizing. Allah makes people's bad deeds glamorizing. As for those who do not believe in the hereafter, we have made their deeds look beautiful to them, so they be wandering astray. Allah is making the bad things, bad deeds, beautiful for them. Quran chapter 35, verse number 8. Can the one whose evil deed is so much adorned for them that he seems is really good? The fact, therefore, is that Allah lets go astray whomever He wills. By the way, Allah lets go astray and leads them to the right path whomever He wills. So, Prophet, let not your soul grasp or grieve for them. Surely Allah knows what they are doing. So, what is Allah? What is the evil deed doing? Allah adorning the evil deeds. Zayyan. Allah is doing that so that Allah could lead them astray. So that Allah could lead them astray. Allah leads astray. In the beginning I said, I'm going to show you that even the plan of Allah is the same, leading people astray. That, imagine whatever He said, It is in my presentation. Quran chapter number 6, verse number 43. When they did not supplicate in humanity, when the calamity comes from us, indeed their hearts were hardened, and Satan adorned their bad deeds. So Satan.
Adam, your time is up. Thank you. Nadir, your 2 minutes, please.
Let it show for the record, Adam Seeker was not able to refute the argument tonight that khida, makr, which he is defining as deception, that is already defined in the Quran as not being deception. It's something else. So now when he starts panicking, he starts going on to all these other issues. Now, I admit I haven't had a chance to address the thing about Jesus, and something was made to appear to him like that. He said, that's makr. That's makr. That's your false assumption of the ignorant, credulous person. What happened to Jesus in the Quran is not defined as makr. You are misrepresenting the Quran because you're panicking. And that panicking is not going to work. I'm going to finish you off. And I'll appeal to the Christians, whether you're in the chat or whoever's watching this, please set the record straight. In the Quran, makr is not defined as deception. Let's go through the textbook definition. Hatun, can you share my screen here real quick? How makr is being defined in the Quran. True, in the dictionary, one of the meanings is deception, but it's not how the Quran defined it. So the verse says here in chapter 8, verse 30, and the disbelief. Oops, we got to go to the verse before that. Let me go to the verse before that because it gives the context, which is, where is it? Oh, verse 20. So basically, oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm good here. Yeah. It says, and remember the prophet, the disbelievers conspired to capture, kill, or exile you. They muckered. So what's the mucker here? They're having this plan. What should we do with Muhammad? This is mucker according to the Quran. But then it says Allah is the best of the people, khairul makirin. He's the best of the people who do makr. So makr is not being defined in the Quran as being deception.
Your time is up, sir. Thank you very much.
Please address the argument.
Your time is up, sir. Thank you very much. So this is going to be the 12th of 15 round. I just want to gently remind those of you who are watching us on Facebook and on YouTube channels. It's been streamed in 2 YouTube channels. Please, if you've got any questions, put @ in front of DCCI Ministries or Adam Seeker. So I will bring up your questions after the conclusion. So that will be very, very soon. Otherwise, I will be missing your questions if you don't put @ in front of DCCI or Adam Seeker. Adam, 12th round of 15. Your 2 minutes
Thank
start.
you. All right, so he said textbook definition. I laugh on this stupidity. He doesn't care about dictionary. He said one of the meaning is dictionary. Dude, all of the meanings are deceptive. I just showed you. Can you read English? I know you can't read Arabic, but at least you can read English. Your career has finished and you have started crying. Going to just one verse. I just showed you the verse. What kind of a plan? What kind of deception? Let me show it to you. This is in the Zayyana. That is what Allah do. Allah makes the bad deeds look good so that he could send them astray. Therefore, Allah lets go astray whomever he wills. Allah is the one who led people astray after he adorns their bad deeds. And you have seen, he can't answer. Let's go to the Satan one. Satan does the same thing. It is the works of Satan. When Satan adorns their bad deeds. So if somebody is drinking, doing shirk, Satan makes it look good. That's the same thing which Allah is doing. Otherwise, how can the person will go astray? The person will only go astray if Allah is going to do their bad deeds. And it's written, evil deeds. It is said evil deeds. That is what Allah looks good so that he can be astray. Now, and then we say, but Allah when sent to communities before you, but the Satan made their good deeds look good. Again, Quran chapter number 16, verse number 63. The deception of Allah and the deception of Satan is to make their bad deeds look good. And when the bad deeds look good, what happens? He goes to hell. That is the deception. I am showing you the deception from the Quran itself. What kind of deception, what kind of makr, what kind of khada he's doing. That is the kind of khada he is doing. And this is what it is. And by the way, the next one
10
will be
seconds.
Ravi. This is coming. Ravi is sending people astray, and it is dull as well. We are going to talk about that in the next round.
Your time is up. Thank you very much. Nadir, your 2 minutes.
Yeah. Now, I apologize for not addressing leading people astray and all of that. That's because I'm zeroing in on the kill. I'm finishing his career. Now, as soon as I get done with this part, I promise I will deal with him on the issue of God leading people astray. But that's an argument. This is something which is both found inside Judeo, Christianity, and Islam. So really, I see myself as defending all three religions. It's a very important point here. But notice the rules of the debate were tightly restricted to protect the ignorant, because they know Adam is ignorant of the Bible, and it can easily, all his arguments actually backfire upon him because they're found in their books. But that's okay. No problem. I can roll with the punches. Now let me finish you off. But notice what he's doing. He's running to other ish from the textbook definition of mucker. He said, but Nadir, but the dictionary stated this. But you have to go to the actual text of the Quran and see how the Quran is using the word, how it's explicitly being defined. But anyways, you went to look at all, I have 50 translations of the Quran. They are all defining it as plotting, planning, plotting, planning, plotting, planning. Okay, so how is it that all these people can see it? Now, there's one person who just, I think, who made a deception. It was like a guy, some anonymous guy, and his daughter. But that's okay. We can go straight to the text. Here is a textbook definition of mucker. Again, just accept you're wrong. From the text of the Quran, it states, and the disbelievers conspire to capture, kill, or exile you. So they're having a meeting, they're trying to plan. And the Quran says they are mucker. وَيُمَكِّرُونَ, meaning in English, they're muckering right now. This is mucker. But Allah also muckered. And Allah is the best of the khairul makrin. A clear textbook definition from the Quran. Admit you're wrong.
Time is up. Sorry for not giving 10-second warning, sir.
Share my screen and start. Yes.
Speaker, your 2 minutes.
So, guys, I have already shown you how Allah does the makar. Textbook, which textbook? He's reading the translation. And then he can't even read the Arabic. Yumakkiru, where is the pesh? That's such silly. But anyhow, I have already answered that. I'm not going to repeat or regurgitate what he said again, because everyone saw that I answered. Let me go to astray. This is how Allah do the makar. He sends people astray. Look, Allah said, Iblis said in Quran chapter number 38, verse number 82-83, the Satan said, then he said, then I swear by your might that I will definitely lead them astray. All of them. There's Satan saying that. And then Allah said, oh, you can do that except for my righteous servant. So remember that. Only the righteous servant, Satan cannot do that. Check this out. He said, my Lord, since you have made me go astray, by the way, I thought Iblis was a righteous angel or righteous jinn, which was in the line of the angels. So in the very beginning, Allah is sending astray his righteous genie who was standing in the lines of angels. Man, that is crazy. But forget that. Quran chapter number 28, verse number 15. What does it say? And he entered the city at the time, this is Moses, intentioned by the people, and found there two men fighting with each other, fraction. Then he punched one and he killed one. So Moses struck him. He killed one. And this is from the works of Satan. Indeed, Satan is manufacturing leading our enemy. Imagine, Quran just said, Satan cannot mislead, cannot send astray. Who? The righteous people. Quran said Satan cannot mislead the righteous people. But then Quran says Moses was misled by Satan. Imagine that. And Allah is doing the misleading, and misleading is obviously bad. Sending astray is obviously bad. And Satan is doing the same thing.
Your time is up. Thank you very much, Adam. Nadir Ahmed, your 2 minutes.
Okay, and at this point, I do appeal to the Christians, people with fair minds. Set the record straight. There's thousands of videos, maybe, of claiming Allah is the best of the deceivers. We all know that's not right now. We saw, and I'll even appeal to Hatun, if you could help us out. Just be honest. And tell your fellow colleagues, that's not the way the Quran defines mucker. It'd be great if you just have this kind of intellectual honesty. Now let's move on to setting us straight. This is yet another fake argument, false assumption of the ignorant, credulous person. And on this point, Allah is calling you fake for claiming that the Quran is leading people astray. Would you like to see that verse? Let me show it to you. Let me go to, if you could share my screen, I'm sorry. Look how Allah is calling you fake, F-A-I-C. The polytheists will argue, had it been for Allah's will, neither would our forefathers would have associated others with him in worship. And basically, Allah made us go astray, is what they're saying. Likewise, those people before them rejected the truth. And look what Allah says here. Do you have knowledge of that which you could produce for us? Surely you follow nothing but false assumptions. That's fake. Allah's calling you fake, Adam, and you do nothing but lie. So the issue here is this. Yeah, Allah does send people astray, but it doesn't work the way you think it's working, Adam. That people can hold God accountable because they're now astray. That's not how it works. As the Quran is insulting you. It's like, and it's predicting it. Look at the fulfillment of prophecy, that there will be fake people who will blame the Quran that, look, you led us astray.
10 seconds.
Allah is mocking you, Adam. And look, that shows the power of the Holy Quran, that it could predict that there would be fake people today making this type of silly argument against the Quran.
Time
Go
is
ahead.
up. Thank you very much, sir. Adam Sika.
Thank you. And you have read his verse. Obviously, everyone can see his verse, read his verse, obviously, which is on. Nowhere it says that they were led astray by Allah. That is unbelievable. This guy is unfreaking believable. That he's showing a verse which doesn't even say Allah is leading them astray. They are doing shirk. Oh man, that is crazy. Anyhow, let me go to my place here. My good counsel will not profit you. Whose good counsel? Obviously, Prophet Muhammad's. Even though I wish you the best, if Allah wills you to let you go astray, by the way, it is if Allah, inna Allah yuridu an yukhfiyakum. But once again, forget that. Let's go to the next one. This is more important. Chapter number 16, verse number 37. If you should strive for their guidance, O Muhammad, indeed Allah does not guide those he send astray, and they will have no helper. Imagine what Allah is saying. The same deceiver Allah, the same Makkar Allah is saying here that the person Allah sends astray, even Muhammad cannot guide. Like, no matter how much mockery he does, at the end of the day, I am presenting the facts, and you can see in his screen, you won't even see those words. He even hid the Arabic. I'm showing the Arabic and the English. Next verse. Quran chapter number 4, verse number 88. What is the matter with you? Two groups concerning the hypocrites, while Allah has made them fall back into error or disbelief for what they have earned, do you wish to guide those whom Allah has sent astray? Man, that is crazy. So if somebody has been falling astray on disbelief and doing shirk, Quran chapter 4, verse number 88, it says Allah is the one who did that. Allah made them go astray to worship other gods and do disbelief. Man, this is crazy. And he whom Allah sent to say, never will you find any guidance. Imagine that. Allah is a bigger Satan. Allah is a bigger Satan than Satan. Because if Satan will lead you astray, somebody can guide you. But if Allah will lead you astray, nobody can guide you. That is the premise.
Your time is up. Thank you very much.
Now, everybody heard
Nadir
him
Ahmed.
say, yeah. Now, everybody heard Adam say that Allah is a deceiver, Allah makkar. I hope everybody heard him say that and just nod your head at him. At this point, I'll ask for the Christians to defend me. You've all saw the textbook definition of the word makkar in the Quran, and you saw that's not how it's being used to describe Allah. Help me out, be honest, and just say, sorry, you're misrepresenting the Quran. I would appreciate people in the chat, speak out, and just defend the Quran when you know it's right. Doesn't matter who is right. What matters is what is right. And I ask Hatun again, please defend the Quran on this point. He's wrong. That's very clear. Now, I think you once again misunderstood the Quran. The Quran is insulting you. It's making fun of you for making this type of argument that Allah leads people astray. You see, it is true. The Quran said that, and Allah misguides whom he wants. That's true. But it doesn't work the way you think it's working, Adam. That's why you are fake. It's your false assumption of the ignorant, credulous person. And if you notice, he's not really able to engage with the verses I am presenting. Let me present that verse to you again. If I could share my screen over here. Well, first of all, so here's how it works. It says in chapter 5, verse 16 of the Quran, through which Allah guides those who seeks his pleasure to the way of peace and brings them out of darkness into the light by his will and guides them to the straight path. So if you have this intrinsic nature in you, God will guide you. And so your argument you are using here tonight is found actually in the Quran, and Allah called you a fake person. It denies that argument. It says that's a false argument. The misguiding guiding of the Quran doesn't work the way Adam stated it does. And it states that his argument is literally found in the Quran
Your
and
time is up,
denied.
sir. Thank you very much.
What round is this?
Just a second, Adam. This is the last round of 2 minutes of kind of rebuttals. After that, we will have 3 minutes of closing statement from each one. So those of you who are listening us, who are kind of going through this suffering, as I said, if you've got any questions, please put @ in front of DCCI Ministries or Adam Sika. I will bring up your questions to the debaters, and then we will deal with that soon after the closing statement. Adam, your last 2 minutes starts in a second. Yes, brother, go.
Thank you. Allah is mutakabbir. Man, this is crazy. Mutakabbir is arrogance, proudness, overpride, arrogance. Man, let's see what happens. Quran chapter number 16, verse number 23. It says, assuredly, Allah knows what they conceal and what they declare. Indeed, he does not like the arrogant, mutakabbirs. Allah does not like the mutakabbir. Quran chapter number 2, verse number 34. And mention when we said to the angels, prostrate before Adam, so they prostrated except Iblis. He refused and was mutakabbir. He was arrogant and became disbeliever. So whoever is mutakabbir is a disbeliever. Quran chapter number 7, verse number 13. Allah said to descend from him to Iblis, to the Shaitan, for it is not for you to be arrogant therein, not to be mutakabbir therein. Quran chapter number 16, verse number 29. So enter the gates of hell to abide eternally therein. How wretched is the residence of arrogance. So hell is the residence for the arrogance. As we have seen here, Nadir is arrogant. He's arrogantly just accusing me. Every single time he's doing personal attacks as an arrogant person, but he's crying. We all know that. We all know that. And then chapter number 39, verse number 60. And on the day of resurrection, you will see who lied about Allah and their faces will be blackened, just like Nadir Ali's. His face will be blackened. And they are in the hell residence forever as an arrogant. He is arrogant. Allah is saying he sends astray. He is not agreeing to that. Allah is saying he's khataing. He is doing deception. He is not agreeing to that. Even the translation that he's read, it says hypocrite deceived and Allah deceived. And Allah is the best of deceiver. Then Quran chapter 59, verse number 23, it says Allah is mutakabbir. So if Allah is mutakabbir and hell is the place for the mutakabbir people, then where is Allah? Allah is in hell. Allah is going to be in hell. He is in hell because mutakabbir people goes in hell. Satan is in hell. Thank you.
Your time is up. Thank you very much, Adam. Nadir, your last 2 minutes.
Sure. So he never really did answer why Allah. So you said, I'm insulting you. No, Allah is insulting you. Allah called you fake in that verse. It's just a false assumption of these people that they're saying Allah is misguiding people. Therefore, you're to blame why I'm misguided. That's Allah calling you fake. But let's go to mutakabbir. It's okay for Allah to be arrogant, but it's not okay for human beings to be arrogant. He said, no, you see, Allah now is in the hellfire. So let's count how much fake arguments he's using here. Number one, Allah is above his creation. He's not part of his creation. That's basic tawheed. So Allah can never be part of that mutakabbirin in the hellfire, right? Because he's not part of his creation. That's the first wacky, quacky interpretation of yours. Second, Allah is not going, the judgment day is to judge the human beings, not himself. So he's not going to judge him. So why the heck would he be in the hellfire? Two fake arguments. And then finally, why is it wrong for human beings and Satan to be arrogant? It works for God. For God to be arrogant, it's okay. But why is it wrong? Because read chapter 7, verse 12 of the Quran, and Allah asks, what prevents you from prostrating when I commanded you? And so the verse continues, it says, well, he became arrogant. So there was a point when Satan wasn't arrogant, but then he, tatakabbar, he then became arrogant. And it's a difference. So when you become arrogant, why is that bad? Well, it prevents you from prostrating to God, from humbling yourself, from accepting the truth. That's why being arrogant doesn't work for humans, but for God, no problem. That's what the Quran shows. He's mutakabbir, and it works for him. It works beautiful for him. But for us, it causes a problem. How many fake arguments? 3 fake arguments. You are faking it till you make it, because Christianity is a fake religion. False assumptions of the ignorant, credulous person.
Our time is up. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. So that was the end of 15 rounds of 2 minutes of rebuttal. And now we are kind of coming to 3 minutes of conclusion. Adam Sika, since he started first, he will go first for his 3 minutes of conclusion. Adam, would you like me to
Please
put your
show my
screen
screen, and yes, ma'am.
Just a second. Your 3 minutes starts.
Thank you. And we have seen that Nadir only accused and abused, and he not only abused me, but abused Christianity. And that is what his prophet did as well. The pedophile prophet, by the way, all of us knows that. But anyhow, what we are talking about here is not about Christianity. What we are talking about here is Allah Satan. And I have shown you extensive evidence that all of the things that Allah is doing and saying, it is exactly what the Satan is doing. And all of these things actually leads you to hell. Even the mutakabbir part. And he said, oh, Allah is not a creation. When did Allah said only the creation will go to hell? He said mutakabbir will go to hell. And if Allah is mutakabbir and he agreed, then Allah is going to hell as well. Allah is not going to be in heaven, because the Quran says that heaven is not the place of mutakabbir. Now, last and final point. This is my conclusion. Why is Allah Satan? Quran chapter number 11, verse number 119. Except whom your Lord had given mercy, for that he created them. But the word of Allah, kilmati rabbi, kilmatu rabbi ka, what is the kilmatu rabbi? Is that he is going to put, I will surely fill jinn and men all together in hell. This is the final word of Allah. Oh, not final, not true. Okay, no worries. Let me show you. Quran chapter number 32, verse number 13. Haqqal qawl. What is it? The true word. The true word. Haq means true. Qawl means word, statement. From me will come into effect. What is the true word of Allah? I will surely fill hell with jinn and people altogether. Amazing. What kind of a demonic, demon-possessed God Allah is. If Allah is God, then there can be no God in this world. This is the premise. Because if the purpose of God is to fill hell, then man, that is crazy. I asked Nadir Ali as the final verdict to show me one haqqal qawl of Allah, which shows I will surely fill heaven with men and jinn together. From the entire Quran. Show me one single verse that I will surely fill heaven with jinn and mankind together. No. Both of these statements is because Allah is leading astray. Why is he leading astray? So that he could fill hell. Why is he leading astray? Because why is he doing makar? Because he could fill hell. Why is he deceiving? So that he could fill hell. Why he wants to fill hell? Because that is his true word. This is his true word. He wants to fill hell. True word. And that is proved. That proves that Allah is a Satan according to Quran itself. No matter how much he lies about everything or accuse or abuse. Thank you.
Your time is up. Thank you very much, Adam. Just a second. Nadir Ahmed, your 3 minutes for closing statement.
In my opening presentation, I said I will end the career of Adam Seeker. I believe I've done that. I believe if you've heard tonight's debate, you would sympathize for the Islamic position. Makr is not being defined in the Quran as deception. When God said, I'm the greatest makirin, that was clearly defined as someone who's strategizing and planning. Khida, the word the yukhadiuna, we talked about that one. Again, just read the verse above it. It's being defined. It's not going to make a way above the disbelievers, not going to make the disbelievers a way above the believers. All these words which this person is bringing and saying, this is all deception, and therefore Satan is a deceiver. They're all defined clearly, textbook definitions in the Quran. I would appeal to the Christians today to defend Islam on this point. He is clearly misrepresenting the Quran. We also saw the same thing with ridges. He said, look, God is doing ridges, Satan is doing ridges, but Satan's ridges is very different. Alcohol, gambling, that's his ridges. God doesn't do that. We saw that in the Quran. The Quran is calling him fake. It's just a false assumption of the ignorant, credulous person when they read the Quran, just making false assumptions above it. But the game-winning, argument, which I think defeated him, was, look, there are two opposing powers in the Quran. You've got Satan and you've got God. And yes, they could do the same verbs. But that doesn't mean they're the same people, that they're the same entity. That's a false assumption of the ignorant, credulous person, that you could read and come to those type of conclusions. Because Christianity is a fake religion. It's not Adam's fault. It's Christianity's fault. But, during this whole debate, I didn't hear anyone come and say, I will debate the topic, is Christianity a satanic religion? I waited 30 years for that. And it never happened. If Allah was from Satan, if Allah was Satan, let's say Jesus was God, I would attack Christianity all day. 99% of my content would be attacks upon Christianity because I know I can't defend my own religion. That's what Adam does. That's what the Christians do. Only the true religion can appear in tonight's debate. Go ahead and look as far as your eyes can see. Show me one Christian debating this on his. They don't. They run away from debates. They run away from. This is a core topic. Core topics is like scientific errors in the Bible, slavery, things like that. This is a core topic. In 30 years, Christians have never debated these core topics. Only the religion of Islam does that because we know we have the truth.
Our time is up. Thank you very much, sir. Okay, so we finished officially the debate. Now we are getting into the times of questions and answers. As I expressed, if you've got any questions, please put @ that's very important, in front of DCCI Ministries or Adam Sika. It will appear from my side, and there are over 1,000 people are watching from Facebook and 2 YouTube channels. So we don't want to miss your questions, and we will respond to that. But it's important that there is a @ in front of your questions. So structure for the questions are, I hope those of you who put their questions, you already told us who you are asking your questions. The person who is being questioned, who is answering the question, has 2 minutes to reply your question, maximum of 2 minutes, and then we will move to the next question. Other person doesn't have right to kind of rebut what the question was or something like that. Before I get to the questions, I would like to say thank you very much to Nadir Ahmed and Adam Sika for handling the first an hour and 34 minutes of the debate. And special thank you to Adam for also not only debating with Nadir Ahmed, but also debating with ChatGPT. So well done for that, brother. Okay. Questions. So what I will also do is I will put the questions on the screen for everyone to see it. As I said, this is being live streamed on Facebook and 2 YouTube channels. So on behalf of Adam, I will be saying thank you to those who are also use the spare chat. Let's take it. Let's see. Okay, thank you very much for this spare chat. I'm moving. I will go with the order as it is came, okay? And thank you very much for spare chat as well. Fisherman, peace of Christ be with you, Adam. Allah is Satan, for sure. That's not a question. Thank you very much for your generosity. This is going to be long, long, long. Thank you very much for your generosity. The famous saying, the Quran.
तेरे कुरान से
Okay.
साबित कर दूं तेरा अल्लाह ही शैतान है. It's Urdu.
I'm sorry, I don't understand.
Oh, it's Urdu. It says the same thing which says in English, I will prove from your own Quran that Allah is a Satan. Please continue.
Okay.
That's a song.
Well, I can respond to these comments if you like.
There's not a question.
Okay.
Adam, just a second. Those are not questions. I'm just saying thank you to people for their super chat. While I'm in super chat, I can't see the comments or questions are coming on DCCI. So we will kind of go for this little bit. Difference between Allah and Satan. Satan Junior, Allah is Senior. Thank you very much for your generosity. Fisherman, thank you for your generosity. I don't know. Adam, this is not English. Do you know what language is this?
It's like he's using crunches. That's it.
Okay. Thank you very much for your generosity. One word, Mr. Nadir, I think, sorry for the spelling. I'm still waiting for your first fact. Good for that. Do you want to?
Oh, that's a question. I can answer that.
Okay, that's not a question. That's a comment. But do you want to kind of say less than a minute on the facts on this? Whether Allah is Satan or not?
Yeah, sure. Well, as I pointed out, those words which he was defining as deception, makar, and khida, those are all defined in the Quran as being something else, just basically God's planning. And I think that was a big win in tonight's debate. The second fact, and this is something which I'm really loving here, if you look at what...
It was just for the first fact, and I don't think you've done a good job on that. So I'm just taking this as a comment, not a question. Thank you very much for your generosity. Sorry for the spelling. There is name spelling. You have no facts, only crunches and jalabis.
Making me hungry.
Thank you very much for your generosity. Thank you very much for your generosity, Mini, as well. Nadir, I feel sad for you. Why did you even come here?
That's a good question.
Thank you very much for your generosity.
I can answer that one.
Why did you turn up to the debate tonight?
Oh, me? Because
I'm gonna do this for a minute. Actually,
for 1 minute.
2 minutes. Yeah.
To have the true religion and to differentiate yourself from all the false religions like Christianity, Hinduism, you gotta answer the challenges. I make myself different from like Christian Prince, Sam Shimon, David Wood, that I can answer the challenges on the core topics like what you see tonight, and I will always be ready for that debate while the Christians run away like Christian Prince, Adam Seeker. He still hasn't accepted the challenge to debate, is Christianity from Satan? Look at how they cowardly
personal
run away.
Attack again. This is so false. This is personal attack, sister. And this is personal attack.
Nadir Ahmed, just a second. Yeah. Adam, just a second. I don't remember receiving an email that you wanted to have a debate on whether God is Satan or Allah is Satan according to...
I'm challenging right now.
So, if you want to have a challenge debate, just drop an email.
Will you accept?
Kind of come with your pizza boy skills. Send the email. Deal with the emails, okay?
That way you guys can run away. Let's do it in front of everybody.
Hey, stupid! Adam, shut up!
Adam?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. So we move from this question. Let's continue. I think it is such a privilege that over 1,000 people took their time and they watched this debate. So therefore, I just gently encourage you to respect them. And especially Nadir Ahmed, please make sure you respect the people who took time.
Okay, sister, I think instead of just a suggestion, instead of doing this, let's pick up a question and let's answer that and give him one question and give me one question. Otherwise, there are like over 1,000 people who are watching for me, so all of the things will be associated and pointed towards Nadir. So that will not be fair. So please pick one question for him, one question for me. That will be better. So pick it up.
Okay, that's what I'm going to do. So that means I'm generally saying thank you very much to everyone who used the spare chat to contribute. Thank you very much for your generosity. First question. Question for Nadir Ahmed. Hindu Sanatan God is Nurgun and Niraka. Bahram is free of attributes and shape. How does he apply Satan attributes to Bahram? What is his reference?
I'm sorry, I don't understand the question.
Shameless liar.
I'm sorry, I don't understand the question.
I'll read it again. Actually, question is on the screen. Maybe
Okay.
read it out.
Hindus are not God is Hindu. Well, I don't think so. Okay, in terms, I think what I said in the original that, if you look at if Allah is from Satan, that creates a domino effect where now we have to ask, we make that same assumption of all religions. Why just look at Islam in that respect? So it creates a domino effect. So you say, well, what is it about my religion that's from Satan? Well, nothing. It's the default position. And that's the way we should look at this matter. But one thing I want to also point out, I'm loving what I'm seeing. I'm not seeing anybody here debate saying, "Hey, look at all the great points Adam raised. Look, why didn't you answer Adam on that?" So the questions here are, I'm loving this.
Nadir Ahmed,
Yeah.
would you be kind enough to just answer the question? If you
Okay.
don't know the answer, just say, I don't know, pass.
All right.
Okay, there is no for you to
Yeah.
PhD or personal attacks. You have not read all the comments, as I haven't even read all comments. So you don't know what people are saying. Pull yourself together. Thank you very much for that.
I just thought it was funny.
And we apologize for those of you who are joining us and have questions and people are not making sense of your questions. Sorry about that. Okay, I'm going to try to find question for Adam. Adam Sika, in Surah 15 verse 39 and Surah 7 verse 16, Allah leads Satan to go astray. Is Satan a victim of Allah according to Quran? Just a second, your 2 minutes, sir. Go ahead. Adam, are you muted?
Sorry, I was on mute. I didn't want you to interrupt. Yes, absolutely. That is what I proved. So even the Satan is a victim of Allah. And that's what I proved. And it has nothing to do with anything else. And you have seen, like, I don't abuse, I don't accuse. I show the facts. And that's what I did. So even Satan was led astray by Allah. And this is written as a fact inside the Quran. What can we do? So I feel pity for our friend over here who's laughing right now, and we call it Kasiana Hasi in Urdu, but I don't even have the translation for that. But this is the reality of it. And then why does he do that? I just showed you in the end of the presentation, because the true word of Allah is that he's going to fill hell with jinn and mankind together. And I gave a challenge to this guy over here, and he did not fulfill the challenge. He did not show me the words in the Quran that the true word of Allah is to fill jinn with into Jannah. This is the reality. This is the Satan's job. And that's exactly why Iblis is called Satan, because he exposed Allah, that even he himself was deceived by Allah. He said that. Allah never rejected it in the next verse. Allah never said, no, I never deceived you. No, Allah accepted his words as is. And then Allah said, I am going to lead people astray. That's the reality of it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Nadir Ahmed, Satan uses intoxication in surah, and Allah uses a promise of intoxicant in Jannah to entice Muslims to do jihad. How is Allah not Satan?
Yeah, that first of all, what we see here is two mistakes. It does not say in the Quran that Allah is going to use intoxicants in Jannah for people to do jihad. That's not what the Quran says. It's another misrepresentation of the Quran. But the wine which is used, so let's count. Let's count how many fake arguments here. Number one, even if it's first of all, the first point here, the wine and alcohol in the Jannah is different from the wine here on earth. So that's your first false assumption. But let's assume that they are the same. Who cares? You're dead. You are a new being. And what that, I don't know. So who, when this new being, which we don't know anything about, is drinking a Budweiser beer, how is he going to react to that? So count how many fake arguments you're using. False assumption of the ignorant, credulous person. I counted two. Two fake arguments. Because Christianity is a fake religion. Islam is a fact-based religion. That's a difference.
Thank you very much for failing to answer the question on that.
No, I answered it.
No. Okay, so let me move to the next comment. You just do personal attack. It's not very wise.
It's an observation.
Very disrespectful to the audience. So, Adam?
Yes, ma'am.
According to Al-Sahih Bukhari 66:14, Allah corrects Moses for the fall of mankind. Who causes sin, the devil or God? Thank you.
Thank you so very much. This is the divine will of Allah. This is Kitabul Qadr. When we talk about the Kitabul Qadr, this hadith is in the Kitabul Qadr, the book of divine decree. Actually, Adam and Moses is arguing with each other. And then Adam actually said, Moses, how can you tell me something or accuse me of something that Allah has ordained on me 40 years before my creation? 40 years. So basically, Allah already ordained for Adam to be astrayed. This is the Qadr. Allah is sending astray people for the Qadr that He wrote for the people way before they were even created. So this is not according to what the topic is, but this actually shows that Islam is the most false religion in the list of the false religions. So if you take a list of all the false religion, Islam will be on the top of the false religion, because if Allah has put, and once again in the Bukhari it says, Allah has put an angel in charge of the uterus of a female. And you know why? Because Allah could write the divine decree when the baby is still a baby. This is Sahih Bukhari 6595. This is on the same divine decree, right? So when the child is still in the womb, Allah writes whether he's going to be evil doer or a good doer. Imagine that. So this is the whole narrative, that Allah is the most false God in the history of false God, which makes Allah a Satan. Okay. I hope I answered the question.
Okay, thank you very much. Nadir Ahmed, do you think Allah had limited Arabic vocabulary and couldn't use specific words? We know Arabic has a rich vocabulary, but why confuse readers while claiming it is well detailed?
Mm-hmm. Well, one question I have for you, Hatun, if I may, I noticed that
you may not. Please answer Romans 16:20's question. Thank you.
Okay. Well, I am having a problem with some of these questions. If I could just ask you. I noticed none of the questions are really.
What is your mother tongue? I can clearly understand your English. So what is,
if you allow me to speak, Hatun.
Question. Just answer the question, please. Thank you.
Okay, you're dictating to me, but that's okay. That's what happens when you're on people's
platform. No, if he doesn't, sister, if he doesn't want to answer any questions, let it go. We can end the debate over here, and we can go off.
Yeah. Well, here's what. Okay, if I could say something, I could answer here. You guys are just shutting me down here. It's okay. I know tonight's debate hurts.
Hey, brother,
okay, let me answer the question.
Stop babbling and personal attacking.
Okay, Adam.
Yeah. Okay. So the question is, do you think Allah has a limited vocabulary and couldn't use specific words? Those definitions in the Quran for makr, khida, and we also saw rijis, those were as clear as can be. It's unmistakable. A third grader could read that and see what the meaning of those words are. So the wonderful thing about the Quran, and I really love about it, is that it defined makr as being a strategy, a plan, and it literally explicitly said this is makr. And my appeal to the Christians was, come on, set the record straight now. Just admit that the Quran, and tell your Christian fellow friends, no, Allah is not the best of deceivers. That's just not found in the Quran. And I'm just appealing to your honesty at this point.
Thank you very much for that, sir. Adam.
I have to do that, unfortunately. Please start my timer. Sorry, I was speaking without a timer.
Okay.
The question from Paroxysm is, how do you tolerate this nonsensical babbling? Brother, I have to, as we have seen that our friend over here in the whole entire debate session did not answer a single thing. And he again and again is saying textbook definition. Where is the definition? I showed there's no definition. I showed the facts in the Quran how Allah does the makr, how Allah deceives, how Allah khada, how Allah leads astray. Every single thing without actually saying anything wrong against him or about Muhammad. I actually proved it from the verses of the Quran. Do you think I cannot do personal attack? I can definitely do personal attack. But as a Christian, I would not do that here because I know I have defeated him with arguments and facts by showing it on the screen. And that is my power versus his cunning smile. See, like, come on, man. He thinks he can smile and that will look good. No, the facts looks good. And that's the reality of it. And that is what we all seen today, that Allah is a Shaitan according to Quran in each and every aspect of it. Even so and so that Allah's last and final true word is that he needs to fill hell with jinn and mankind. Imagine that. This is pure this is pure devilish. This is the purpose of the devil. Like, imagine that. This was the final nail in the coffin. And if my friend over here have one single cent of honor, he would stop attacking personal attacks and answer the questions. But I know he does not have any honor in him. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Adam.
Boy, I'm making you rich here. You're getting a lot of money.
Once again, personal attack.
Yeah, we are grateful for people's generosity and taking time and watching this debate. So on behalf of Adam Sika, thank you very much to everyone. Okay, is the question. Throughout Nadir Ahmed, throughout the whole debate, you made false assumptions of the same word to have different meaning, but never showed the meaning from any of the Arabic dictionaries. Have you got any Arabic dictionary you can show us in reference?
Okay, so this is what I call a retreat. So first of all, I love the question because what's happening here with Raj Seeker, he's trying to win the debate after the debate. He's not really going and borrowing Adam's arguments. He's trying to do some damage control. Hopefully he could win it by this point, which he's
okay, so you don't have
look, we didn't. Hold on, I'm making allow me to.
Thank you very much. That's such a shame.
Can I answer? Can I answer?
I gave you time to bring up Arabic dictionary, but you did not bring up.
Well, hold on. Let me answer. If I can answer the question, you just cut me off, Hatun.
So I am gonna.
That ain't fair.
Find question for Adam.
Hatun, come on, that ain't fair. You didn't let me answer.
I think we can end this discussion here. There's no point, sister.
Man,
the debate has happened. I think we can end this.
I think it's important that we give take people's questions.
All right, ma'am.
Since like lots of people kind of took time and watched this, but I cannot find questions for you, Adam. There are lots of questions for Nadir Ahmed, and I've got 500 comments. I have not read it. So
there's one over here.
Okay, thank you. Adam, can you ask Nadir to teach me a technique of how to run like a rat to other religions? Whether Islam is question, whenever Islam is
questions. Brother Nadir has his own channel. You can go to his channel
can I
ask. No, you cannot. The question is to me. Like, why are you interrupting, my friend? Like, you were supposed to. Like, I don't know why he's interrupting. Guys, have you seen that? He's so impatient because, like, you know.
Adam.
Yes, ma'am. Please. Okay. Sorry. My bad. So the answer to the question is, if you want to learn these techniques, they are very common on his channel. You can go to his channel. And then you can learn these techniques from him. He has done a master of this technique to run away from the subject and move it into a different thing. And he's a master of that. Like, I'll give him that. So that's what he's master of. And once again, what I have shown over here today is the dictionary definitions and even the Quranic textual references. But everything that my friend over here has been saying is the definition, textual definition. It's not a textual definition. He's showing the Quranic verse where this is not called textual definition. I have shown from the text of the Quran how Allah is deceiving, how Allah is doing khada, how Allah is doing makr, and you are so right. And I agree with you that you need to learn these kind of techniques on how to run away from the question from his channel. And that's why you don't have to go to his channel. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Adam. Comments. Nadir Ahmed, who is Muhammad's Lord in Bukhari, volume 6, 61, book 61, hadith 506. O Muhammad, your Satan has left you. Then Allah revealed, your Lord has not forsaken you. According to hadith, you have time to pull up the hadith and then answer the question of who is Muhammad's Lord, according to this.
Well, I don't have the hadith in front of me, but what I do notice about this question, if I may, I noticed this really it doesn't do anything with the debate we had. I mean, what my expectation here would be that, look, you should be bringing all the errors I made in tonight's debate and bringing it here in the question and answer time if this guy, Adam, really won. But that's not what's happening here. Everybody's trying to win the debate after the debate. They're trying to salvage this debate by this question. You should point up all the errors I made in this debate. But none of the questions are like that. So, I mean, I'm really happy you're raising that. But I just don't think how this was related to tonight's debate topic. You should be pointing out my errors.
Thank you, sir. I am just trying to pull up a question for Adam, and I think this will be last question. Adam Sika.
Yes, ma'am.
If Makr means something good, will Nadir apply that name to himself?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as we saw,
it is for me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Question is for Adam.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Please turn on my timer. All right, thank you so very much. So, Makar is always deceptive. And by the way, I wanted to say something as well regarding this. He was alluding to all the gods and everyone and all the religions. Why didn't he say one single question, one single statement? If Allah is Satan according to this, then every single god who's doing all of these things, then all of them are Satan. He can't do that. He does not have the guts to do that, because he can just laugh, and he laughed in the last answering the question as well. Every single person in the audience that have seen this discussion and debate, nobody needs to salvage anything. It's clear as the bright daylight that Nadir did not answer a single objection shown except mockery. Every single 2 minutes that he had, he was doing mockery. And this is a very good question. Nadir will never apply that. He would never say, because makar, every time is used for human beings, they were always doing the bad things. They were always doing the bad deeds. And that is when makar was used always for against Allah. So, وَمَكَرُوا وَمَكَرَ اللَّهُ وَاللَّهُ خَيْرُ الْمَاكِرِينَ. They did the makar, and then Allah did the makar. So Nadir cannot do that. Otherwise, Nadir will be a kafir who goes against Allah. That is the plotting of them. That is the scheming of them. That is the deceiving of them. So he can never do that. Otherwise, if he says that he is doing the makar, then Allah's makar is against his makar. Always in the Quran, no matter which verse he picks up. That's the reality of it. That is the reality of it. It's only about false pretension that he has shown here today for his people who doesn't have 2 cents of a brain. But you guys have all the brain, and you know what we did. Thank you so very much, everyone, for being here. God bless you all.
Okay, last question is Arabic. I am assuming it is something important. Question to Nadir. Nadir, would you be able to kind of tell us what the question is? I don't speak Arabic. It's not my mother tongue.
Yeah.
And then we take it from there.
Are you able to read the Aliyat Khairun Makhada? Okay, so this is talking about, are you able to read that the thing about the khida? I think it was very clear inside the. See, the problem is
it's not khida, it's makhda.
Makhda from the
Makhda'een. What is that? What does that mean? Please tell me. What does that mean?
The
Because I don't even know
people.
what that means. Do you know? Do you know?
Well, I'm assuming he's talking about,
Sister,
we're
I
going.
don't. He can't even read
Can I?
Arabic. How can he
Okay.
translate Arabic? So
Okay.
I
Can
think we
I?
can move next.
Can I answer, please?
But like,
Okay.
if you can't even, you guys might, if you think, if you don't even know what it means,
Well,
how can you answer?
okay. Well, I think I have an idea.
Second, sorry, just a second. Just for the clarification, Nadir Ahmed, do you speak and understand Arabic?
أفهم لغة العربية. I can understand it, but if they speak slow, then I can understand it. I can read
Are
Quran
you
in
able,
Arabic.
are you
Yeah.
able to grab Ibn Kathir in Arabic and then read it for us and explain it to us? Is your
Yeah,
Arabic in that?
at a very slow level, I can
Okay.
probably do it. But yeah, but it's not. So I'm like kind of intermediate. But if I may say something,
No. I
okay,
just wanted to make sure everyone
yeah,
understand the level of your
yeah,
Arabic. Okay.
yeah.
So we will stop here. I apologize. There are lots of
Let me tell what he wrote. He said, Nadir, can you read this? That is what he said. He actually
Oh,
said, can you read this?
well,
This is such a shame.
well,
And
okay,
end of the
this is
debate
not a
and
time to start
discussion, when
attacking
he was
Hatun.
when he was
Can
when
I?
he was trying to
Okay,
translate different
are you gonna
things
jump in,
and
Hatun?
say that this was not correct,
okay.
actually the words he's saying is, can you read this?
Okay, Adam, thank
Uh,
you. Thank you.
Thank
I
you.
mean,
Yeah, so that was a question in Arabic, and I think simply confirms
yeah.
that
Well,
you are lacking on the Arabic language, and that's
yeah.
okay. So we just wanted to clarify that. Okay, we will stop here. I apologize for those of you who been in touch with Super Chat as well as your questions. They have not been responded, and there are lots of more to go. I am hoping and assuming Adam Sika will hold a live stream and then go through all those Super Chats and then thank everyone individually for their
Yeah, just
generous
for thanking.
and,
Just for thanking, I will open another one.
and then deal with people's question
Yeah.
if they are addressed to
Well,
Adam.
I had
Nadir
a
Ahmed,
question.
I, uh,
Yeah.
Nadir Ahmed, thank you very much for being available
Okay.
and joining us. I do not have the link to your YouTube channel. If you kindly email that to me, I
Sure,
will
sure.
put that in the description of
Uh,
the video.
yeah, I did have a question. Did you want me to mail you the challenge to debate
There
is
is
Christianity satanic?
just do mails.
If
Okay.
Really?
if you want to challenge anyone for debate, send email and then your email will be responded.
But would
Uh,
you respond publicly so people can
Oh
see if
man,
you
this
guys are
guy is
running away?
so cunning, like Allah.
just a second, Adam. Sir,
You guys,
in the past, you expressed that you are old and you do not remember things. So
you
that
guys are running
I did
away. Look at
express
you
to you,
cowards.
I did express to
30
you,
years you guys been running.
get in touch with me once you are young,
All right,
and then
I've
we
had it
will
with you guys. You guys are just making excuses for your cowardly running. I'm
challenge.
here to debate this. Christians run away. Look at that. Shame on you
And
guys.
it is shush. Thank you.
I'm out of here, guys. You guys are gonna run away.
I'm gonna mute you for a second. Um,
And he
oh,
ran away.
actually, he left.
He just simply ran away.
It's a shame he left, but let's just make sure something very clear. Nadir Ahmed has challenged me debate on science back way before COVID, and then in the email he expressed that he is old and he cannot remember things. If you say something like within 5 minutes, he cannot keep them. He cannot remember them because he's old man. I expressed to him once he gets younger and his memory improves, I am open to the debate with him and we can take it from there. Adam, we can stop the live stream here. We've got 1,117 people are watching right now. Thank you very much, everyone. Or since debate
Nadir ran away. I can say thanks to all of the super
yes,
chats. Is that okay with you?
yes, I would love you to give thanks to people for their generosity because that's very important. People are
Yes.
taking time and joined us in this. Would you be able to kind of take over from the chat? They are all being starred. Meantime, I'll just go through the normal comments, and if there is anything needs your attention, I will start that as well.
Perfect. That is perfect. Yes, please, sister. Do you want me to go through the super chats or will you go through
Yes,
the super chats?
it will be very good if you kind of just take time and say thank you to
Okay.
brothers and sisters for their generosity.
First of all, thank you so very much, everyone. I know a lot of people are from India and Pakistan who are watching here, and it is literally very, very early over there. And I'm first of all being like, I need to say that once you found out that this is happening, you guys all came here, and I'm so thankful for you to all be here. So first of all, without any super chat, like anybody who has been here, it doesn't matter whether you give the super chat or not, you just being here is an extremely I'm extremely thankful to you for being here. So first of all, and especially these people who has given us a super set, let me do that as well. uh let's read it. Let me Give me a second. Mitrunjay said, Mitrunjay, this is a question for Nadir, and obviously he was not giving the answer for anything. So I'm not going to read any question for Nadir, because I'm not going to answer these things because it will be not fair because he is not here. So, but like I'm thankful for your super chat. I will be fair even though he wasn't. Time to wake up said, it's okay, Adam. Even if Nadir ends your career, you can still survive with social security or pension. Oh my goodness, thank you so much. But he cannot end my career. You see that. Nadir, does inbreeding cause low IQ? What is your IQ? That is why you did not read these super chats at that time.
Brother,
Yes.
if the super chats are addressed to Nadir, let's just like put it on the
Yeah,
screen.
let's ignore that. Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
perfect.
you think because it doesn't, yeah, it
Yeah,
as you said, it
I
won't
agree. I
right.
agree. Question number two. I don't know what this question is for. So I'm going to read it and let's see where it is from. When two boxers come face to face, they punch each other, but does they punch a third person together? No. The rest everyone knows. Rajseeker, Nadir Bil, okay, forget that. But Rajseeker, thank you for your super chat and generosity. One word, Adam Bhai, you have decimated him to the point people are beginning to feel sorry for him. Thank you so very much. I appreciate that. Fisherman, Nadir is trying to run away. He already did that in the end. Matrunjay, Nadir is so taken back. Let's forget that. But Matrunjay, thank you so very much for your generosity. One word said, AI is the new Allah. Dude, that was so crazy. And by the way, one of the things that I need to say over here, in the AI, it says that Allah, Shaitan deceives when he leads astray, and I showed that Allah also leads astray, and I told and Makkar, Nader never answered, you know that anyhow, but that's the AI thing. Fisherman, okay, forget that. Fisherman, thank you for your super chat and generosity. Scott A, Allah says we will not be punished for his sin. 34:25. Thank you so very much, sir. Scott A said again, Allah gives intoxicants in the Jannah. Yes, sir. Uh, Rajseeker gives 20 membership as a gift. Thank you, Rajseeker, sir. Gulia said, you're ignorant. Okay. You are. Trust me, bro. Next debate, Adam Seeker versus Allah Chat GPT. By the way, moderator, do your job. One more personal attack. Wants your leather boot in action. Sister does not wear leather boots and sister does not kick anybody. Our sister is very nice and polite and humble. Raj Seeker gave another. Sorry, you want to say something? My bad.
No, I wasn't. It was difficult to keep eye on the chat. But yeah, I did allow some personal attacks to go through because otherwise there won't be any debate at all. So, and Adam has thick skin; he's able to deal with all these kind of things. We just wanted the debate to go ahead. So, if that caused anyone to stumble, I apologize for that.
Thank you so very much, sister. And then Rasika give 20 membership. Thank you so very much. Fisherman said, Adam will be a nightmare. Nadir from tonight. Thank you so very much for appreciating. God bless you. Matrin said, ooh, he's asking for how much time left. It is getting painful for him. Pretty funny. Oh man. Yeah, that happened like after fourth round. And we have Usama that dog as well. Hey, brother Usama. How are you? Yeah, I
Doing
was
good. How are
supposed to
you?
open another stream after this one, but then Nadir just ran away, so we did not do that. So let's read the super chat, then you can present your argument. Rasigar
Just
give
happy
20
whenever
membership.
you can. I mean,
Sorry, sir.
hello,
Um,
Adam. Man, I believe Ahmed is here. Listen, bro.
Okay, so
okay,
let's do
so
Rasigar 20 memberships. Sorry,
I'm
sorry, sister.
meeting Usama for a bit until you deal with the super chat, and then we will take him.
Okay. Rasika, thank you again once again. Unknown said, good morning, Adam sir. अभी तक मैं मुंह नहीं धोया यहाँ सुबह सुबह Adam sir. So what Unknown is saying that he wake up and he did not even wash his face and started watching the debate. Thank you so very much. That's what I was saying. People were wanted to see that over here. B Adam said, Nadir, can you? So I'm not going to read it because obviously, like I said, Nadir is not here. So thank you so very much for your super sticker. Super chat, Saturn, Adam land the final blow. KO. Allah is equal to Makar is equal to Shaitan. Thank you so very much, Saturn. One word said, Nasar, his name is Nadir. But thank you so very much, sir. Scott said, Nadir, Shaitan use intoxicant. Thank you so very much, sir. We're not going to read that. I'm so sorry. I'm not reading certain super chats because Nadir is not here anymore. Mitrunjay said, Adam, by a virtual high five from us, the team. Sir, thank you, Mitrunjay. Appreciate it. God bless you. And then Rasikar gifted another 20 memberships. Thank you, man. You gifted me a lot of memberships today. Dr. Khalid Khan. Nadir, you are saying that human beings are not creation of Allah. Only few people isn't. Okay, sir, I am going to skip that because Nadir is not here. Fisherman, Nadir is crying a little bit. Sir, thank you. Saturn, we have certainly created many jinn and ins for hell. Yes, sir. This is my argument and I showed it from the Quran. Fisherman Nadir, what's okay? Let me just skip that. And then Moroni Holom, vision clarity said for Nadir. I am going to skip that again. And this is what it is. I'm so sorry for that, guys. One word once again is for Nadir. I'm going to skip that, guys. Every single time when we give him, he's gonna just mock and mock and mock. So that's why we did not take your chats. Otherwise, he'll just keep on mocking. Nadir, even okay. Once again, thank you so very much, Fisherman. Nadir Rasikar is also asking Nadir being foolish, but I'm going to skip the rest of this. Crimson said Nadir can't. Okay, we are going to skip that. But thank you so very much. I understand your feeling. I understand your frustration, and I can see that. But thank you, everyone. Fisherman said, yes, sir, we should all feel sorry for this poor guy who can't even remember what happened with him. He has Alzheimer's. Romans 16:20, this one was read by Sister Hatun and Nadir did not answer that. Gulilier said, Nadir, do not run away because of summarizing, sir. Like, poor guy has to put up another thing because he knew he lost badly. So he wanted to put another debate right now instead of emails. All of this debate, everything happened in email. Once again, is the question is for Nadir and he is not here. So I'm going to skip that for now. Shokeen Kafir said, today we have made permissible for you Shakila, Zubaida, and Noshina. Also, anyone seeing whom your pen once get. Okay, I'm gonna skip that. This is not good, guys. Please relax. And this one will again ask question about the pedophilia, but that's for Nadir and not related to debate. We're gonna skip that. Crimson Spectre said, I am curious if not. Okay, once again, that's your curiosity on the registry of. Yes, that is in the UK, and we all know that the sex offender in the registry in UK, but that was not part of the debate or topic of the debate. Time to wake up said, Nadir, you have one world champion, nothing. Thanks for coming up. Enjoy it really. Thank you so very much, man. Sanatan Bhartiya said, question. Once again, this is a question for Nadir, so I'm going to skip that for now because there's no point. He's not here. And if he was here, still no point because obviously he's going to just mock and not answer. This question is from Nisar, which is Nadir, I think. Shan, thank you so very much. And then again, we have Fufad, and he's asking, hey Nasser, if Islam, we're gonna skip that because that's what it's for him. One world DCCI is your only answer is all religions are false on Islam is true. Do you have no better argument? If you do, then speak now. If not, stay silent ever. This is question for DCCI, not question for DCCI. I think this question should have been for Nasser. He's just tagging DCCI because sister said tag me. So this question is not
That
for
would help me to
sister.
see the question because that like chat was moving so fast, so it helps to see the question if they put that sign on it in front of it.
Yes. Thank you so very much. So this was not the question for DCCI. Question for Adam. Adam, can you ask Nadir to teach me the this question was taken and I answered already. Tharkullah, your Allah makes prostitute of other religion? Prostitute?
Prostitute?
on other
Prostitute.
religions. Okay. Yes, yes, that's what Allah does. He does Malkal Yameen for the people. This is for Nadir, obviously. One word. Thank you so very much. One word. I appreciate all your generosity, man. You have put a lot of questions, but we all know that when the question is asked to him, he's just going in circle and accusing Christianity and everything, but not answering. And when we said don't do that, he got mad and ran away. Now they're trying to hide from the question like a mouse. Yes, sir, you said it right. And definitely good to see Adam pull him out of detail every time. Thank you so very much for your comment. Sean, without lies, Islam dies. Absolutely, sir. Paroxysm. Adam, why do you people give you money? Please tell him. Because Allah said, help me. Allah said that. Allah said that. So let me answer you by a mullah.
Early, and this is indeed a sign, yet most of them are not believers. Give alone to Allah, give alone to Allah. Ride the wings of Gabriel, give alone to Allah.
That's what it is. So I hope I answered that. This question is for Nadir. Why does Allah's Jahannam provide women did not marry? And once again, this is out of the topic, and he obviously he'll just give a thing. Adam, question. Satan's riches is to make people gamble and drink alcohol, and Allah is to sanction pedophilia, sex slavery. Then who is a greater Satan? Man, if we had this question, I would have taken that and answered that over there. I'm sorry I did not see the super chat. I wanted to, and this is a very good question as well. I could have said that, but this is a good one. Time to wake up. Doing all for 72 versions. We all know that. In Urdu, word makari has come from the Arabic word makar, having the same meaning, deception, and a Pakistani Urdu speaker knows that. Yes, sir, I know that, and that is why I showed the Lisan Arabiya as well. Adam and Nadir, in Christianity, sex slaves are not allowed. It is allowed in Islam. If mankind changed the word of God, does it mean that the morality of men is better than the morality of God of Islam? Yes. In Christianity, sex slavery is not allowed. Absolutely right. Adam Seeker, I'm feeling bad for Nadir. Let him go. He's hungry. Yeah, he just ran away because he was very hungry. Okay, forget that. Thank you so very much. By the way, the question from some Hindu guy, he couldn't even read. He just simply has to say they are all Satan, but he couldn't read the question. Influence. I didn't see any fact in Nadir's argument. Yes, sir. I agree with you. Lord Zephyrus said, no one can compete with the level of Adam, sir. Thank you. That's appreciated. But God is good. Kya Adam is बेवकूफ से debate कर रहे हो? Sir, what can I do? He called in and he wanted to do this. I know nothing said. I missed the fun. Keep rocking, Adam. Thank you so very much. That goes for all the super chats, and I am done. Thank you guys once again. Thank you extremely, extremely, extremely. Thank you for all of your generosity.
No,
Appreciate it.
not yet.
You played the wrong.
Okay, sorry.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's say we've done super chat. Thank you very much, Adam, for that. Let's say hi to Usama Duck Dog. Peace of Christ with you, Usama. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I enjoyed watching that video. That debate was an awesome. Adam did a great job. And I believe Nadir Ahmed won the debate very much because he said he won the debate. Beside his statement, he won the debate. I do not see any victory there because, I mean, by the way, I put a question. I'm not a very sharp guy with typing. I put a question. He's talking about rajas and rajas as if they're the two things. The point Adam was sharing is rajas, which is a great anger, the great toughness of Allah. But the word rajas, it is uncleanness.
Abomination.
And he mixed them together. Obviously, I understand the man does not know Arabic at all. I feel sorry for him. But so much, even when we talk about the wine, we got the verse in the Quran to teach it's okay to drink wine. If the making of wine is a rajas, mean unclean, Allah is the one who made it, and He allows a Muslim to have it. And then He went to this progressive revelation where He said, well, you can drink it, but it has good and bad. Well, don't drink it while you're praying. You maybe drink in the weekend, maybe at night. Well, don't touch it. it is a work devil. Well, guess what? If it is a work devil, it is what it is. It is a work of Allah, it's a work of Satan. It's the same. And I could not find any one answer. You put a good 15 entry where you exposed the reality of Allah in the Quran. And he's going, well, they're not the same person. They're doing the same thing. If the word of Allah is the same word of Satan, is the command of Allah is the same command of Satan, is the action of Allah is the same action of Satan, what difference does it make? You could have confused him by giving him the verses about Allah and take the word Allah out of it and put Satan. And I have done that in the past when I talked to you. I'm not kidding you. Listen, I took the word Allah out and I put Satan. And the people argue with me, defending it. And I said, you know what I did in these two verses? I just exchanged Allah for Satan in the two verses. And you do not see the difference. And that is exactly with our friend. And by the way, that's why I refuse to debate him. I refuse to debate him because I'm afraid of him, as he claimed, or want to run away from him. I refuse to debate him because he is so arrogant. He thinks he knows Islam and he does not know jack about Islam. That is your word, by the way, Adam. I give you credit for it. So I will not do another debate with him. You have made him an important person by doing the debate. I'm glad you exposed him. The man do not know too much about Islam. I mean, when you quote to him, Adam, the dictionary meanings, these dictionaries are made by Muslim scholars, not by some Christian or some Jews. And he does not want to look at these dictionaries. And he likes the word planner in the English translation. What does I wish I can ask him the question. What does the word planner mean in the Arabic language? That's the word yudabbir. Not mentioned. It was never mentioned once with Allah in the Quran. As a matter of fact, that word is not mentioned about attribute for Allah at all. But makar, mukhada, these are all over the Quran.
I would like to point out something. Usama.
Yes, ma'am.
Brother, I am very much aware that God loves you so much. I'm very much aware of that. And I am very much aware of your heart towards him. But I would like to question something you said.
Sure, ma'am.
And this comes all with the good heart. You are calling Nadir Ahmed as our friend. Brother, you've got to be careful who you call friend. You got to be careful who you.
All right. First of all, I can call him a friend in humanity, not a friend of. And believe it or not, it is his Allah.
No, I will say sorry on behalf of Osama Dakdog. Okay, I will say sorry on behalf of Osama Dakdog.
I made a mistake. I don't know how to defend myself. I'm a friend in humanity.
Yeah. So just be careful.
Well, okay.
Be careful. Actually, you don't need to be careful. I just need to be careful with you, because if he's your friend, clearly you are like yellow flag for me to be friend with you. We can be still brothers and sisters.
Adam apologized, Hatun, and I apologize. And as a matter of fact, I got my black dog here. He's apologizing. Okay.
You've got a dog?
Apologize too.
You've got a dog?
Yeah, it's my son dog. Almost like the one I used to have.
Like Sauda?
Like Soda.
Yeah, you had Sauda. What happened to Sauda?
Soda, I hit her by the car by accident. It's a long, sad story. I cried. By the way, Soda is the name of one of Muhammad's wife. Soda. But my dog Soda, I hit him by my car accidentally, and
you hit your own dog Sauda.
It was accident.
It was accident, and believe it or not, I cried over it for 3 days, and I didn't sleep for long times. I didn't sleep for a long time. I cried for many days. And not like Muslims who love to kill their own families, their own members, their own people with a smile on their face. By accident, I hurt my dog. I hold him in my hand and I cry over him until he died, and I buried him, and I still go look at his tomb once in a while. Not like Muslims. They love to kill their own children, their own parents when they become a Christian. And by the way, that reminds me of something. Years ago, I did that debate with 3 Muslim men in Mississippi, and believe it or not, one of them, the leader of them, his name is Brother Dawood, became a Christian. If that gentleman, Nadir, and I know Hatun's going to get mad at me if we call him a gentleman. If that man, Nadir Ahmed, have any logic or common sense, he need to watch that debate again, and in the end of it, he leave Islam, and in the end of it, he will call you Adam or write to you and Hatun and confess Christ as Lord. Because with all respect, the only reason why Nadir Ahmed and all the Muslims in the world do not believe in Jesus to be the Christ, God Almighty who came in the flesh, the one who died on the cross and rose again, the only reason is because they believe in Muhammad. And what does he know about Muhammad? His Quran. What does he know about the Quran? Nothing. Have Muslims studied the Quran and discovered from that debate that Allah is like Satan and Satan is like Allah in all the description, in all the attribute, in all their action, in their everything, then Muslims should say, bye-bye Allah, bye-bye Muhammad, and I believe in Jesus. The only reasons why they don't believe in Jesus, because the Quran said Jesus is not God. That's the only book. The Quran rejects the death and the resurrection of our Lord. The only book, and that is the same book which teach Muslims that Allah is Satan. I mean, some logic. Nadir Ahmed, if you are listening to me, I hope that you humble yourself before the Lord and confess that Muhammad is not a prophet. The Quran cannot be the word of God. Allah is not God, and Jesus is God. Get saved, man. What man gain if he won the whole world and lost his soul? You're going to lose your soul for eternity in hell because you continue to be arrogant, believe in the Quran, and believe in Muhammad, believe in Allah, which you don't know anything about. And I thank you for allowing me to share this with all your audience, Brother Adam.
Sir, thank you for joining in. Sister Hatun, let's end the program. Do you have something important to read that you start? If not, then we can end it.
No, thank you very much, everyone who joined us through Facebook, through DCCI YouTube channel, as well as through Adam Seeker's YouTube channel. As I said, once again, I'm sorry for those of you who kind of felt debate was suffering, but from the biblical perspective, it is good to share each other's burden. Look from that perspective and rewatch the debate. Take the notes of the points Adam Sika made. Those are very, very useful points for those of you who are engaging with Muslims face-to-face or even online platforms. So take advantage of those informations. And by God's grace, probably we will see you another platform on another day. If you are strange to the DCCI Ministries, I've got live stream with Robert Spencer tomorrow, 9 p.m. UK time, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Surah 5. Feel free to join us there and keep eye on Adam Seeker's channel for the coming debates and live streams, as well as keep eye on Usama Dakdok's channel to learn, and whatever you learn, share whatever you learn with Muslims. Brother, thank you very much for being available and taking this debate on. Not only you had the privilege of having debate with Nadir Ahmed and getting destroyed by him, but also you set us an example of how just a man of God can simply debate with ChatGPT or AI. So well done for destroying AI too. You kind of debated with two brains, and then you made clear point according to Quran that Allah is Satan, and that's very concerning for Muslims who are following Allah. And thank you very much, everyone who joined us. Until we see you on another different platform, God bless you, and may Christ crucified silent you with his love. God bless you all.
Amen.
And Allahu Asghar wa Yeshua Akbarul Azim. God bless you all. Have a blessed day, evening, or night, wherever you are. Take care.
Bye-bye.